What's going on, everybody? Cali Death Podcast back once again. Number 101, guys. We started our next 100 today. That's fucking dope. And cheers to the OG. We got Chris Basile from mighty Pyrexia, dude. Yes, sir.
Easy eating, natty light drinking, crazy motherfuckers from New York. Here I am.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up, dude. I'm Anthony. I'm always joined by my resident homies, Joel and Casey. Got Joel back this week, dude. Missed him last week, dude. I'm gonna make you feel bad because I want to tell people that I'm not doing this to make you feel bad. I'm just saying I'm gonna feel bad, talk about it because it was such a good fucking episode last week. Know. We had so much fun, dude. And if you guys if you're new to this or you didn't watch it yet, go back to 100. We had a straight party, dude. We had homies all the way through, dude, and a lot of surprises and all that good shit. We'll see the professor later on, I'm pretty sure.
No, he's flying to.
Oh, he's
shows with what's this band called?
Illudium or something?
Yeah,
I forget how to pronounce it.
They were actually weren't they on the Shredding the Virus tour?
No, it's kind of like a chill. It's kind of like a folky black metal band.
Okay. Yeah. I remember he was on the album, right? He was pumping that album when it came out.
Playing bass, I think. I'm not sure if he's doing drums now or what he's doing.
All right, dude. Well, Professor's gonna be shredding it up somewhere in the United States, so rock on, dude. We'll miss you.
He sent me the flyer. I'll pull it up. We can just put it on later.
Yeah, dude. We should plug it for him.
But
yeah, dude. Let's do it real quick, like we always do it. Battleforgecoffee.com. You know what's up with that. Get your Deeds of Flesh fucking Cali Death beans, dude. Your coffee beans, dude. Grind that shit up and get fueled up for the day, dude. Go into battle. Forge for battle, dude. Battleforgecoffee.com. No merch for us once again, but we'll talk about that soon. We have got some ideas, so we might see some stuff hopefully before the end of this year. But yeah, dude. Chris, what's up, bro? How are you, dude?
I'm doing good, boys. I'm doing good.
Great, dude. Been a fan of your music for a very, very long time, dude. I remember listening to it in high school and just rocking out sermon, dude.
I remember writing in high school.
You were writing that shit in high school. Yeah, dude. I know. That's what's up, dude. To have that a band like that starting in high school, it's my high school band was a fucking new metal band, dude. You know, so you guys are already getting brutal as fuck.
That's what it is. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I was a teenager. Definitely.
That's what's up, dude. And we're gonna totally dig into that. But yeah, thank you so much for giving us your time, dude. This is a legendary episode for me personally, and I'm sure for plenty of our listeners as well. So cheers to that, dude. And you got anything that you want to plug for Pyrexia, where people can get merch, where people get info, all that kind of shit?
I mean, we have a lot of shows coming up. I like to plug some shows, definitely. Always get merch, Pyrexia official, Big Cartel. Get everything there. Buy it from us rather than somebody else because, it's better for us.
Right.
But we have not a big, but a cool tour run we're going to do with, I don't know if you guys heard of from Fargo, Gorgatron.
That sounds familiar.
I've been fans of these guys, man. We played with them back in 2018, I want to say, on a pathology tour in America. And they're just really hysterical. First of all, they're a great band and great musicians, but they're just hysterical. Great guys, and I just can't wait to do this run. We're doing like this cannonball run type fucking theme tour that we're gonna do, and that starts November 3rd. And let me see, it's Legends in Cincinnati, November 3rd. It's gonna be Stan's Room in Fort Wayne, Indiana, which is like this woman made. She's like the anchor show. She's the one that started this whole little mini tour thing up. Fort Wayne, Indiana, at Stan's Room. November 5th at the Vortex in Akron, Ohio. And finally, we're going to wrap it up at the Fire in Philadelphia. And the really big thing I'm really excited about, it's been planned for a lot of time, a lot of this year, is a festival playing in Houston, deep in the pit of Texas. And that's November 19th. Nice. And I always love going to Texas, even though, like I was telling you guys, I actually got arrested. That's the first place I ever got arrested in my first tour ever was Texas. But we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that, dude.
We're doing Corpus Christi. We're doing Come Take It Live in Austin. It's November 18th, 19th, and 20th. And I'm just looking forward to those shows.
Texas probably eats you guys up.
I love
dude.
Texas, Man, I almost moved there. Even though I got arrested there, I almost moved there because it's just they love death metal.
Yeah,
they love smoking weed and drinking beer, and it's just beautiful women. And it's just it's a great place. I could live there.
hell yeah.
And they have Whataburger, man, which is anybody knows anything about anything.
Yeah.
Place.
Actually, I was just in Houston a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I'm gonna try this Whataburger. Everyone keeps talking shit on In-N-Out, like In-N-Out's like sucks or something. And I was like, I was getting ready to I was getting ready to complain about Whataburger when I got it. I'm like, this is probably gonna suck. And I was like, God damn it, it's better.
It's fucking better, man. I'm sorry. I love In-N-Out. I love the fries in In-N-Out. I'm not gonna say that you guys got the fries down to a science there, especially the animal style with the onions and everything. I love it.
Yeah.
But if we're just gonna talk straight burger, just straight burger, I'm giving it to the Whataburger, and that's my stance. I'm sorry.
I can't say
school.
I can't say anything because I've never had a Whataburger. But I know I've been hearing about it for years. But is it?
Yeah.
So is it just? Where does it start? Like on the west? Like if I'm creeping in,
I thought it was just Texas, and I learned on this past run because we played in Arizona that they're in Arizona too.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know where they draw the line because man, I want to pool my money with people in New York and I want one, man. I want to put the first flag up.
There you go.
Out east, man, because that'd be a gold mine, man. Crush everybody.
Yeah.
I know when
this was the burger tour that we just did this last one because it was like In-N-Out, Whataburger, fucking Culver's. You were trying to find Culver's really bad, man. I'm hearing good things,
Which one is that?
Culver.
Oh, I've heard of Culver. Yeah.
It's like supposed to be like a step up in the burger industry,
Really?
So,
you know what's bomb is if you ever hit to go through New Mexico, there's Lottaburger with an L, Lottaburger. And they it's kind of the same style as Whataburger, but they put like green chili and all kinds of like this spicy fucking chili on it.
Ready.
And it's very similar to Whataburger. So check that out if you're hitting that area.
I will.
I'm down with Five Guys. Is Five Guys the thing? Just
that's out by us. That's out by us. We have.
That's how it's made it out there too.
I'm not impressed. I mean, it's good. It's good. It's good.
It's like a shitty Whataburger.
If I'm going fast food, anything better than a McDonald's burger.
I hate McDonald's.
I fucking hate it too, dude. I haven't had it in like over a decade at least.
I'll have breakfast there, but McDonald's is my last. It's almost like not allowed on tour. Like you can't have it.
Yeah, fuck that.
Overseas, McDonald's is like go like heaven. I'll take that over a fucking salty cracker and fucking some hard salami.
Right.
They call that the American Embassy over there. But other than that, I don't want nothing to do with McDonald's, man.
That's great.
Maybe a hash brown.
Hell yeah,
man. That's awesome.
Breakfast on tour too. It's like Waffle House isn't really shit, but it's fucking good when you're out on tour because you can go get an omelet and fucking hash browns, bro.
If you really want to do it, and it was a hash brown casserole, you sit down at the Cracker Barrel. You want to go?
Oh yeah.
Out. We did it on the last one too. You sit down at the Cracker Barrel at least one morning because every morning you can't afford the Cracker Barrel.
Yeah,
but you sit down and you have that hash brown casserole.
Woo. So is that like family style?
Expensive.
It's not that it's not that expensive, but man, just the road fucks you up. You know what I'm saying, man? Everything adds up. I'd rather continental breakfast is at the hotel. They get the free bagels, everything.
Yep.
I'd rather grab that than $15-20 at the barrel.
What is Cracker Barrel like family style? Like you get a whole casserole for the band?
No, it's not family style. But it's just that's what they call it, and it's just really good, man. Really.
Hell yeah.
My choice.
Solid.
Sick, dude. And then what you already said merch and PyrexiaOfficial.com was
PyrexiaOfficial.com. And I'm really excited to say I was just communicating with Kirby from Obscene Extreme. We were supposed to play this year on my birthday. We were supposed to play 2 years ago, and COVID canceled Obscene. So then we were supposed to play again this year, and our booking agent dropped the ball big time. It didn't try to book the tickets till the last minute, and our whole European tour got canceled. I just pretty much confirmed today that we're going to be on Obscene 2023. So I'm really very, very excited about that. That just happened today. Sick. So that's like super crazy. And something else super crazy that is done nearly is it's the 25th anniversary of System of the Animal. And that album has there's a real deep story with that. I don't know if anybody knows who Marco Barbieri is, but he used to be the A&R for Metal Blade and for Century Media back in the day.
Yeah, definitely.
I was a foolish young man, and you know, I used to work with Suffo and those guys, and they got like 25 grand from Roadrunner, and they had some big things going on. And back in the day, Century Media had Marco Barbieri offered us a contract with Century Media, and I turned it down because Sirius Entertainment, which was a no-name, did nothing label from Denmark, offered us more money, and I went with them. And it came out, and at the time, I don't know if you know, Cryptopsy used to be called Necrosis. That was their first name.
Yes.
And we used to play up in Canada with them as Necrosis. And Marco was like, it's going to be this band Necrosis or you guys. He's like, I'm thinking about it. And I was like, well, we need this crazy money. I was like 22 years old, like a fool. And he was like, you're out of your mind. And he signed Cryptopsy. And obviously they blew up. And what rightly so, they're amazing. But I did System of the Animal on this really small, tiny label. And, nothing really happened. So it's the 25th anniversary. I have my own studio here. I'm here right now. And we just re-recorded the entire album.
No shit.
Fuck yeah.
Done, scratched, all new drums, new guitars, same album, obviously. And now my vocalist just has to finish his vocals. And then we're going to send it out to Demigod Studios where we put the last album, which that guy, he's got that magic. Miguel, that fucking guy. I mean,
dude, the mix on that album is sick, dude.
That's it. I mean, I owe him a lot for doing that mix. I wrote him a long letter. I was like, I could write any song in the world, doesn't matter. You made it sound fucking ridiculous. So that's what we're doing with this. So hopefully now with new production, right around January, we're going to re-release System of the Animal in a full-on Demigod production, redone, re-recorded. I was, again, a child. I was 21 years old when I, recorded that album. Much different time now. Everything's crisp, tight. And that's something I'm really excited that we just finished up.
But for guys like us, dude, we're a little bit younger. So, but we experienced all those albums, and we became like akin to listening to albums that sounded more old school, and I'm sure that it's gonna sound sick, but I'm saying that don't really knock System because I listen to it and I fully enjoy it with that mix.
No, I appreciate that, and it definitely is its own. And I thought about just remastering it or just putting it out as it was, but again, just having my own place here. We like to stay busy, and I like to do work. I might put a double album out and maybe put it out a new version plus the old version.
Awesome.
But we're definitely, there's going to be a new System of the Album, and my singer Beach, I just think I'm like in love with the guy. I got a man crush on the fucking guy, you know what I'm saying? I just love the way he sounds, and him over those sounds, it just gives like a whole nother dimension. And that production was good, but again, what this guy Miguel does at Demigod, just next level, you know what I'm saying? I'm curious, as I said, listening, I want to hear it. I'm curious as to what it's going to sound like after I send it to him, which is going to be any second. It's got to be the end of this month, actually.
Nice, dude.
That's our deadline with him. So
not to nerd out too much, but like so just a quick gear question. So what guitar amp were you using like back then versus now?
Back then it was Ampeg 140C, and I still use the same exact head live.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Absolutely. And it just doesn't record well. So I vacillate between maybe a 5150, sometimes the angle. I gotta be honest, a lot of reamping is where it's at also. So
totally,
it's just a blend. I do 4 guitar tracks in total, so it's each side, and then just a full blend of everything. And then again, Miguel's got the touch. He's got the touch. I give him so much credit, man.
Those Ampegs are like expensive now because they're like so sought after because they were such a big deal back in the death metal days.
I swear to God, I've tried every head and I've bought every head, and I still, for live, I'm so sold on it. And there's a pedal company, I don't want to mention their name because the gentleman was very rude, and he told me I bought the last pedal that in existence from this manufacturer. But I'm going to be honest, it sounds exactly like the 140C. And I'm so happy that I have this pedal now, because now I can take this pedal with me, which is the power amp, anywhere at any show. So when we fly and everything, it's not an issue, because I was having an issue because, even though people give me an Angle or a Kemper or a PV fucking 6505 plus or 5150, I still choose no preamp pedals, no anything but a noise suppressor and that Ampeg 140C live. We just played that LA Fest. It just happened to be I got lucky. The guitar player for one of the other bands had the 140C, and it was beautiful.
That's awesome, man.
Nice.
Fuck yeah, getting that old school sound.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I have the
you know?
I have the Crate GX 130 something CX age, whatever the fuck it's called, but it's supposed to be like a copy of that amp,
Right.
and it's a little fucked up. Like I'm like kind of bummed. I have some.
I want to sit down. Somebody rich or somebody's got to sit me down with the head of Ampeg, and I want to say, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why did you stop this production, man?
I know.
God damn, make 100 a year, make 1,000 a year, whatever it is. Just keep this thing alive, man.
Right.
You got the blueprint. They got the blueprint somewhere, dude. All they got to do is fucking make it.
Right. Yeah, there's enough of a cult following. I think they could make it, you know.
Oh, man, I would be the first one online.
Yeah.
And that's why I was upset with this guy. I said, listen, I wanted to buy like 3 pedals because it's a boutique pedal. It's very temperamental. It didn't work with half my AC adapters, but it does work now. I finally got the fucking thing working. But I want a couple in case this thing breaks. And he says, I bought the last one. I can't. What am I going to do now? Now, again, it's like I got the last 140C over here, too. I need, there's always only one.
I wonder if it's just like, it's kind of the capitalist mentality of I'm making new products. So if I were to bring back an old product, I'm saying that my new product isn't as good as this old product,
There's something to that, man. There's somebody there that's definitely that, because right after they made that Ampeg, and I remember Hobbs bought it, they made a tube Ampeg guitar head. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah.
And they never went back to the solid state, man. And man, they had a few versions of the 140C that do variate in sound. There's some sparkly ones in the early days that had like a sparkly finish, like a material thing on the face that sound different. But once they made those tubes, they never went back. And man, I've bought a few over the years and keep a few, but the one I do have is the one from the sermon days. Like it's the original. And that's another thing. Explain that to me. The thing is fucking 30 something years old.
Yeah. It's built like a fucking.
I take this everywhere. I got with other these tubes, everything's blowing, this and that. This thing
That's
is like
another thing too, dude. Is like, let's make it to where it breaks quicker so they re-up, just like the fucking phones and all that shit, dude. It's all.
This is old school where people used to build it like cars. Everything was built strong. This thing's gonna last forever. Now they're like, I gotta sell you one in 7 years or 4 years. So
it's like buying a printer. It's like you get the printer and they're like, oh yeah, the printer's fucking $100, but you have to get the ink every fucking 6 months, and that's like $80 to get the ink. It's like before you know it, it's like a subscription service.
Every few years, you have to hire a guy to like take it apart and pay him like the price of the printer again.
The price of the ink made you. It's like buying 5 more printers, dude.
Yes, he's got 29 cents a print.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way to do it.
Stick the card in there. That's honestly everything I do now. I mean, you guys probably too. You try to go anywhere, it's so cheap.
What do you guys think about it? Just real quick, like a little gear talk alert. Like, dude, if you're playing out of an amp like my Crate one, it'll be fine. Then all of a sudden, it just gets like quiet, and you still like sound. It's like, but it's like quiet, and then you have to like turn it off and on again, and then it's like normal.
By the transistor,
solid state or tube?
Transistor. It's a solid state.
Interesting. No, I don't have that with the amp.
Sucks, dude.
I think it might be that flux capacitor, dude. It's getting
that sounds like the flux capacitor because
totally
it's not in my chain over here.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're getting past 1.21 gigawatts, dude.
Yeah, this is live right now.
Yes, it is. It is.
What if I had to leave to get a beer and take a little piss?
Go do whatever you need to do.
Yeah,
go for it.
Cool.
Be right back.
Oh yeah.
We'll just
I'm super bummed I missed the 100th.
Oh
yeah, dude, we missed you too, dude. I mean, it was pretty rad how it all went down, and but in the back of my mind the whole time I was like, oh, dude, Joel's not here. Dude.
I know. Dude. It was a bummer. But I got to watch all the clips and stuff, and I watched most of it. And I watched the mic. I watched that like 3 or 4 times. The
how
mic playing
sick
for
was
Paul.
that, dude?
Yeah. just playing. He's like, I've been waiting to play this for fucking 30 years and shit.
I
And
know,
it's
dude.
like,
I was like, all right, because the timing thing, I was trying to like stagger, you know, to where people would overlap, but you know, if they wanted to leave, they'd still, you know, get a certain amount of time or whatever. But everybody pretty much wanted to stay on for longer.
Jared Christensen texted me while I was at the show. He's like, should I jump in now? Because he thought I was on it, and I was like, I don't know, man. I guess maybe, but he's like, I don't know. It looks too crazy. I don't want to go on. He's like, there's too many people.
Shout out to Jared. I was talking to him too. He was like, "There's too many legends. There's too many legends on right now, dude. I don't want to jump." I was like, "Dude, you just should have just cannonballed in, dude. Why not?"
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say shout out to Psychroptic right now. They're playing down the street right now, and
oh shit,
I didn't want to like miss another one because I just saw that tour in Houston and it was fucking awesome. Got to hang out with everyone, so I didn't want to be like I need to see it twice and then miss the podcast. You know, so I was like,
right.
No, that's cool. Yeah.
But it's crazy having a Psychroptic just in Santa Cruz though. You know, just like these Aussies in Santa Cruz.
They're playing Saturday in like Santa Ana. I'm gonna try to go.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of shows, so I found that flyer with Joseph.
Nice.
You know, dealy there. So, band that he's playing in
14th in Seattle, Washington.
14th October.
That's tomorrow.
At Clock Out Lounge. October 15th, Portland, Oregon, High Water Mark Lounge. October 20th, Eugene, Oregon at Old Nick's. October 21st in Oakland. Oh shit. It's near my birthday too at the Elbow Room. Jack London. I never heard of that one.
Oh, it's sick. It's a nice venue.
I was thinking of Elbow Room in the city, and then
they have a couple of them.
Okay, so it's a chain place, huh? And then October 22nd in Sacramento at the Cafe Colonial. That's another name too that I've been hearing about a lot lately. Is Cafe Colonial?
Yep, that's
not a place I've been to yet, but
yeah, it's just a cool little venue. It's like fucking a lot of shows go through there. One time it got actually. There's like some black metal band playing there, and someone threw a tear gas in the fucking because they were like, it was someone that was like, "Fuck this band," and they threw tear gas in the fucking in the pit and shit. Besides that, it's a great venue.
That's what black metal fans do. They're like, instead of just walking out of the room because they don't like the band, they just tear gas all the fucking patrons, dude.
Yeah, it was a group. That's a political group that did it. But anyways,
that happens at black metal shows too.
yeah. But yeah, anyways,
dude, it's great.
Should we get on the old timeline?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's do it, dude. So Chris,
go.
Now that you're back, let's dig in on you a little bit, dude. So
did you guys ever see that James Brown interview?
Which one?
He goes totally crazy, where he's high and he's like,
"Oh yeah."
He's like, I didn't beat my wife. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're in an active trial at the time about it. And he's like, no, I didn't do that.
He's all sweating and shit.
That's when he's got the glasses on.
He's got the glasses on. Exactly.
Yeah.
He's like sweating. He's always
sweating. All band, man. We love that interview, man.
I know, dude.
Love James Brown.
Oh, his music was some of the greatest.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Funky Drummer is one of the most sampled drum beats in hip hop history or music history, really.
All of his drum beats.
That was crazy. It was beautiful.
All right,
what do we got?
Nah, you, dude. Let's dig in on you. So, how we usually like to start the timeline is take us back to. I was just talking about the flux capacitor. Throw us in the DeLorean with you, dude. Take us back to childhood and get to that earliest memory that you can find. Where
man, this is good.
Hell yeah.
This is great because the internet is a beautiful thing now because it wasn't around when I was a child. So you got to stay quiet about things because I don't like to talk. I like to do work, and if people enjoy the music, they enjoy the music. That's the bottom line. A lot of people like to talk, post music.
Right.
But for real, if we want to go back and we want to talk about, like you said, childhood, the first song, the first melody. The first song. First of all, I want to say something. The first song I ever wrote in my life, Terrence Hobbs Knows How to Play. You know what I'm saying?
Before, let's get into that because we'll get into that, but we want to go even further, bro. Like real childhood, where you're like sitting down in the living room, you're fucking with your toys, your mom's bumping some shit on the radio. Your dad's bumping some shit. What are they listening to? What made
in my
your ears
house?
perk up?
In my house as a child, first of all, I'll tell you, and it wasn't. I'll tell you two things. It wasn't because of hearing them, but in kindergarten, Kiss was very big. Now I'm not a big Kiss fan, but the imagery of Destroyer with the flames and the blood, as a child, I said to my parents, I want that, and they did buy it for me. My first album was Destroyer. The second album, right after that, believe it or not, was Devo. All right.
Nice.
Whip It. All right.
Fuck
All
yeah,
that
dude.
shit. All right. That's what I was growing up with. Rapper's Delight.
Yeah.
He mentioned Superman. I was a little kid. He rapped about Superman. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world, man.
Fuck yeah.
I wanted to hear it over and over. Those were like the first 3 songs I ever heard in my life. Was like I said, Destroyer, Devo, Whip It, and then Rapper's Delight. My parents were not musical people whatsoever, but in the house there was a lot of Beatles, there was a lot of Chicago, a lot of
Nice.
I want to say there was some Billy Joel in there, but they weren't big musical people, but that kind of music was in the house. My grandfather played the organ, Italian man, played the organ, accordion, so he was a musical person. So I always had like keyboards around the house and stuff like that to fuck around with. Nice. A lot of time with my grandparents, but no music as far as family. The first instrument I played was a trumpet. 11 years old, in school, obviously. You know, first.
Yeah.
They didn't have anything.
Actually, that's funny that you say that because my 11-year-old just started band class this year in 5th grade, and same thing. He's playing trumpet right now, dude.
The boys do trumpet. I got a daughter. She took She got the violin. All right.
I actually threw that one in the pile. I was like, "You want to try that one?" But he's like, "Nah, dude."
I always want the trumpet. For some reason, we want the trumpet. It's got like I don't know. Give me a one. You know, I'll blast it. It's got a blast. You know. But yeah, the first thing was the trumpet. But then around 12 years old is when I picked up a guitar. Eddie Van Halen. First band that I liked was Judas Priest. All right.
Nice.
Judas Priest poster over my bed. My father didn't like that. He's like, "What's this guy with leather pants, fucking choking neck?" He's like, "What is this?" You know, I said, I don't know, Dad. You know, that's what it is. So that was my first band, and then I had a poster of Number of the Beast, but I never heard it yet. Again, the imagery, Eddie with the fucking devil.
Right, dude.
It was a black light poster and velvet ones. Fucking 11-year-old Basile, 12-year-old Basile. You flip that light in my bedroom as a kid. Boo! The whole fucking thing lit up. We had fucking
damn cool.
Dio. We have fucking Iron Maiden. We have fucking Judas Priest and all that shit. And but I didn't start listening to Maiden until the first album was Killers, and became hooked immediately. Loved Maiden, loved Priest. Was into the early power metal. Real big fan of that. Progressed. Then again, like I said, I heard Eddie Van Halen, was really hooked on the way my man played. You know, it was beautiful. So around 12 years old, I started playing guitar. Just fucking playing covers, you know, playing Smoke on the Water, playing the Chicago songs, playing Led Zeppelin.
How did you get your first guitar?
First guitar was a Christmas present. Yep. Parents gave me a guitar for Christmas present.
I was thinking that too.
Red, shiny, you know, 80s.
Was it like a Strat or something?
It was a Rhodes to 2, man. Ibanez Rhodes to 2.
Okay.
All right. That was it. And it was a great guitar. I remember it. I had a Dean Markley little 10-inch practice hand. It was beige. But this is the thing. My parents, I wanted to be a drummer. I wanted so bad to be a drummer. They didn't want nothing to do with a drummer. They bought me the year before I got my guitar, I wanted a drum set. They bought me the wood block. I'm looking around. I'm looking around. I see sticks. I saw sticks under the tree. I said, they got a surprise. They hid the kit. It's in the garage. It's out back. We're gonna bring this thing out. Nope. I got the block.
Damn.
And they were like, "You ain't doing drums. We ain't having drums." So they got me the guitar, but there was a stipulation. I had to have the headphones, man. I couldn't blast it in the house. So I had to put Dean Markley, and I had to plug it in with the headphones. But whatever, you know, learn my Jimi Hendrix, learn my Zeppelin, learn my fucking Iron Maiden riffs. And then I was 14 when I wrote my first song, right? It was called Libyan Crisis. It was when Libya and America, this is what was going on. I was a little kid, 14 years old. This is what's on.
What year is this, bro?
was 14. It was 85. 85.
Okay.
1985. Yeah. Ronald Reagan's on TV. He's bombing fucking Gaddafi's house. That's what I wrote about. So it was called Living in Crisis, and that was my first song. So now at 15, I started high school, and I met this guy, Mike Florio. We used to call him the Pope. He was the first drummer I ever met that played drums. All right. So we're in this place called the Smoke Shed, which my school should never have had. We had a place where you could smoke cigarettes and pot. It was called the Smoke Shed, and you were 15 years old and you went out there, and that's what you did. So I went out there and I met this guy Mike, and we start jamming. All right, and I'm jamming all these songs and with him. We start writing music, a little more hardcore leaning, but definitely thrashy. Because at this point I started getting into obviously Slayer. Metallica was quick because I went right kind of like Slayer, DRI, Agnostic Front. Then once I discovered Creator and Destruction is when riffs started to like really crackle in the mind. You know what I'm saying? Because those guys were doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Other guys was like emotion, which I got. I feel Pyrexia has it. I got like the emotion of the riff from the hardcore end because that's where that comes from. But then the catchiness and the sing song of whatever you want to call it was like more like Destruction and Creative. Really hooked on those guys. So that's the kind of stuff me and this drummer write, and it turned out
he was into that shit too.
He was into that shit too, and this is what I'm going to tell you. So because this is high school, we're 15, and I skipped the whole fucking part. I'm sorry, but he's like, you should meet my friend Terrence. All right. So the bottom line is, a year before that, the summer before I went to high school, me and Doug Bone, who was a great friend of mine from high school. I know Doug Bone since I'm 15 years old.
Awesome.
Same math class. Me and Doug Bone go to this club called East of Eden. And we go into this place to watch this other band called 666 that were friends of ours. And the opening band was called Tormentor after the Slayer song. And who is it? It's Terrence Hobbs on guitar. It's Frank Mullen on bass. It's Josh Barron on guitar. It's this guy, Mike Florio, that I'm telling you about on drums. And this other guy, Scott, I forget his last name. He was like a clean singer. And I go in there and I don't know who these people are. And I see this black guy with his hat backwards and glasses completely, now I'm 15, completely nailing Kerry King's solos like better than Kerry King, like destroying it. Like they're playing Slayer like better than Slayer. Nice. I'm like, holy shit, man. These guys, we just, didn't think nothing of it. Henceforth, a year later, I meet the drummer and we start jamming. And he's like, yo, you got to meet my friend Terrence because we used to be in a band Tormentor. And that's how shit really began.
And you're like, oh shit, dude, I remember that band.
Now I remember. And you put them together and we started jamming. And Hobbs was, Hobbs is Hobbs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And no shit. I'm telling you, me and Hobbs probably wrote, not probably, I could play them all and name them all for you, 25, 30 songs.
Damn.
Not 5 songs, not a couple of songs, 20, 30 songs.
Wow.
Death, Jesus Wept was written in these days.
Damn, dude.
Reincarnation was written in these days. A lot of the sermon and mockery riffs were written in these days, but we're talking like babies.
Right.
Well, we're just jamming, and we're just jamming to jam. Not like I said, we're in high school. We're not doing anything.
So real quick, I don't want to cut you off, but I want to find out, like, when did the death metal come into the mix? Because we didn't really talk about any kind of death metal.
I'm saying. Now, obviously, I'm not going to say nothing because we all know death metal, I'm going to say, was born in Florida. All right. First death metal we all heard from myself was Obituary and bands of that nature. Morbid. But I'm going to tell you a fact that after, I didn't get to when we met Mike Smith yet, but when we met Mike Smith in one of our practices, we used to jam in his basement, then we come upstairs and go on his patio and smoke. Somebody gave us a death tape and we were like, wow, this sounds like us, because our singer was doing what Chuck was doing, but we never heard Chuck yet. It wasn't like we were ahead, it's just because back then tapes, it was no internet, man. If you didn't get the tape, you never
it didn't exist. Yeah.
It didn't exist. So we were writing this shit, and because we were, because Creator had the raspy vocals, Destruction had the, you had that vocals, but we took it a step further. But then when we heard Chuck, we were all sitting out there like, wow, this is sick. This sounds like what we're doing. But obviously that they had already recorded and done it. We were just in our basement at the point.
Right.
So it was definitely before our time, but that's when like, wow, this is death metal. I guess we're going to be doing what we're doing or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm,
The songs were written already. The songs were, so it's like the songs we were playing in the basement were written. Jesus Wept, Reincarnation, Catatonia in the basement already before we heard death. And so I guess that's death metal, right? So
totally.
we heard death metal before we started writing death metal. And that you could ask Smith, you could ask Hobbs, Cerrito. We were writing that shit before we heard death metal.
Isn't that crazy, dude? I don't want to take it off onto a little tangent, but it's like the pyramids popping up in different areas of the world where they didn't have contact with each other. It's the same exact thing, dude. Death metal was popping up in multiple places in the world around the same time with no contact.
Like like amalgamation of certain like styles and thrash and stuff were just all coming together, and people were like making their own extreme music in different parts or something like that, you know?
Yeah, and just like how different pyramids are similar yet different, it's the same thing. New York style death metal is totally different than Florida.
Monoliths were popping up all over the world, man.
Totally.
And you guys were the conduits of it, dude.
Yeah, at the East End, there's no question about it. And this is in the 80s because the first show we ever played was a high school battle of the bands. It was myself, Terrence, Mike Smith on drums, this dude Jay on bass, who's no longer doing anything, and this guy Billy on vocals, who was more like when we had the high DeVito vocals, he was like a higher, great singer, but not guttural, just very high death metal. He could do the highs. And we played a high school battle of the bands. And it's the same high school my daughter goes to now. It's crazy.
Oh, sick.
Shit.
Crazy full circle, man. I love it, man.
Hell yeah.
That was our first show. And the principal, we got shut down. The principal turned the lights on and stopped us mid-set because it was, again, it's back then.
Extreme for the ears and the audience.
Extreme, dude. And people started going crazy. And, it was a new thing. It was new. It was definitely new, man.
And quick shout out to Guy Marchese. He's Marchese. Fuck.
Yeah, Marche.
He's in the chat. I just want to say what's up. He said he signed up for Twitch to check out your episode.
I love him.
What's up, Guy? Yeah.
Guy, I played my first shows with Guy. I mean, he's a soul mate with me. We talk. I'm glad he beat cancer.
Yes, definitely.
First experiences in music. As far as touring and everything like that, he was there when I got arrested for that Texas thing. It's like, it was just, a lot of memories. You share things like this. I explained to my daughter a lot. I explained to everybody. Being in a band is especially this long, and when you with people like 10 years, like Sean right now, my bass player is in a band almost 11 years. You spend 11 years with somebody. You spend 10 years with somebody, 20 years with somebody. That's like more than just like, I'm in a band with somebody. That's like,
that's family.
It's, you jump for a train, you give them your money, your last dollar, and the same goes for Guy forever. Even though we haven't jammed in 20 years, it's forever. He just sent me some tapes we made as kids, like little, like silly songs, like little as children. It's just fun to hear. It's like it brings me back.
Yeah, dude. Shout out, Guy. I always enjoyed his company. I've only hung out with him a few times, but every time he's been a straight up dude.
I miss you, Guy.
Hell yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, Guy, remember playing?
I'd love to have you on the show, Guy, dude. We'd love you.
I remember
say that again, Casey.
Jamming with a guy backstage on guitar, Al DiMeola stuff. He does
shit.
Yeah.
Dude, Guy's awesome. Yeah, we toured with him, and we had some good times. Yeah, he knows.
Yeah. No, guys got one of the funniest people because I got to tour with him probably 4 or 5 times, but man, that guy is just that guy is always just like coming up with the funniest shit, like to fuck with people, like little pranks and shit like that. Like he's doing, like, it's fucking a blast to tour with him.
Man, I swear to you, we joke around because music, as much as music is obviously the root of what we do, the laughing and the fucking joking around.
Yep.
We watched Jackass the other day. It's like Jackass is basically like being on tour with just less penis. It's just
oh my god.
We just have
that's the best quote ever, dude.
We don't break our balls out that much. You know what I'm saying? It might fall out. just not that much, you know.
Speak for yourself, dude.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know. But yeah.
No, I totally agree, dude. It's you get a connection with your bandmates if you're in a long-term relationship with them, that it transcends the music. It becomes a family, dude. Like Casey and Joel will always be my brothers, dude, because
Yes.
we've toured the country together. We've written and recorded music together, tons of shows. And aside from all that, all the social aspects of our relationship, you know, we're best friends / brothers, dude. It's just these guys are I would do so much more for these people than a lot of people in my life, you know.
I just had a video chat with the guys before I went on here now, and like I'm not that type of person. And it's only been something we've started after like a tour a couple of months ago where we just missed each other so much. It's just like, you know, why aren't we, you know, that's how we smoke. We smoke together now, like this. It's just
post-tour depression is a real thing,
it's
dude.
a real thing. We all agree.
Yeah.
We all know that it's not a joke. It's a real thing. And what I'm so happy with now is, like, again, we're a little older than most doing this. You know what I'm saying? So we're in a different stage to be able to really do this now. I have a crew, my drummer John, Sean, and everybody involved right now is like such on the same page that we get to do all these things together now, and we know it's not going to stop. And that was always a problem because, you know, and again, I'm going to tell you right now, I apologize to any fans in Bogota, Colombia. We had to cancel the Bogota Death Fest this past year because we had some issues with some of the members unable to get over there. And that really, you know, I hate that, man. I am not one to cancel, man. I want to play and do. And, you know, you got tour depression. So when you have the opportunity to tour, I want to tour. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to turn those things down. So the team we have right now, like I said, we just booked July for Obscene for next year, and we have the rest of the year booked through December. And the guys just want to go. So that just makes me so happy because that's all I want to do, man. I want to Willie Nelson it. I'm trying to do this. Man, you know what I'm saying? I'm hearing Mick Jagger's 80. He's doing his thing. What the fuck, man? You know, why not? You know,
it's funny. The thing I think about this all the time, dude. Like, there's gonna be, you know, dudes with full gray fucking hair down to the middle of their backs, still headbanging in traffic when they're 70 to fucking Pyrexia or fucking Suffocation, you know. I'll be one of them. I can't grow my hair anymore because I'm balding already at 37. But
come on. Let's do this.
I'll be the one of the shaved head, fucking salty beard guys that still fucking listen.
I went to Dave and Buster's the other day. All right, you know, you guys got Dave and Buster's out there.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I got 3 kids, dude. I'm there all the time.
I'm there with my kid, and there's Pyrexia fans there. You know what I'm saying? You know how that does? You know what it does for me, man? You know what I'm saying?
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Picture, there's my kid. That's beautiful. That's if I could do that for the next fucking 40 years, that's beautiful, man. That's
exactly, dude. And it kind of like folds in on itself to where, you know, it gets you inspired to go make another Pyrexia record, dude.
Listen, I don't understand it, and I feel happy about it. But like I said, we just finished this record again. I mean, I am inspired to keep writing records, and like I'm mad at myself for like these huge gaps I used to put in between records. Like,
I know.
what is that? You know, what is that? Like, you got to put music out, man. That's what you do. Then put music out. You know, let's hear some music. So that's my new method: is music, play, and that's how we're gonna run it out.
That's great, dude.
So let's take it. Oh, go for it, Casey.
Are you in which part of New York are you in?
Long Island.
Oh, Long Island. Are you friends with Joe Sincata?
Of course.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was telling Anthony, of course. Yes. So do you guys, with recording stuff, and we love Joe, dude. We used to pay him sometimes to do sound for us live, and it was like the greatest thing ever, dude. He's the fucking coolest guy.
We've gone back and forth over the years many times. When he was buying his first stuff, he was calling up with Guy and you know, shaping what he was going to get, because he actually got the same board that I got. He got the same shit. Dope. And he got a year later than this one. And when I was having some problems with Unholy, I went down to his studio and he helped me out with some tracks. My man didn't even charge me. You know what I'm saying? just a beautiful person, you know.
Yep.
So, props to Joe. And go
Joe's
to
amazing.
Yep. He's down. I don't know if you know right now, he's down in Morristown with Obituary. I mean, Jesus Christ. The guy's come on. God bless him. Cheers to Joe.
Cheers to that, and cheers to Morristown still
Yes.
fucking at being active, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
Love that
All right.
guy.
Let's take it back to where we were at in your timeline a little bit, dude. So you got 20, 30 songs under your belt with Terrence. You're getting the fucking the principles not down, all that kind of shit. Like, so tell us.
We played that high school battle of the bands. All right. That was doing with the Pope, and he was a good friend of ours. But the problem, which still fucking chases riff writers and music songwriters today in death metal, is finding a drummer that can play what you write.
Right.
So even in the earliest days, the first problem was get a drummer that could play double bass. That was the big thing. Can you play double bass? All right, yeah, I can play double bass. Then can you grind? Now I call grind, like Napalm Death, a grind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then can you blast? Now all these tools are like limited to everybody. So immediately the drummer that introduced me to Hobbs, he was no longer able to play what we were trying to play.
Mm-hmm.
So we started. Now you're talking about in the 80s, trying to look for drummers. So who do we go to? Again, my friend from math class and everything, Doug Bone. All right. Now Doug Bone had his own hardcore social disease band going on, and he was very much into hardcore, and he was one of the best drummers around at the time, unquestionably. He could play Slayer, he could play Lombardo. Again, we're going back in the days of who was good. He could play Lombardo to a T, which was super valuable and super, let's jam with Bones.
Hell
so
yeah.
Me and Hobbs brought our stuff down to Bones' garage, and Bones was like, I don't play death metal. I hate death metal. What is this busy, crazy music? Give me the breakdowns. And he wanted no part of it. So we searched for drummers, and Hobbs knew Smith and hooked up with Smith. And then we started jamming with them. But Smith had been working with another guitar player, Doug Cerrito. And they had a set list going on. So now you got me. I was playing guitar. Hobbs playing guitar. Cerrito's playing guitar. We need a drummer. Didn't take me long to say, okay, listen, I'll play bass, because that was another issue. As hard as it was to find a drummer back then, you weren't finding bass players that could play sick death metal bass.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, I'll play bass. So that's how shit all formed. I wound up playing bass with Hobbs, Cerrito, Smith, and this guy, Billy, who was a great singer, just not guttural, but very good. And like I said, we went on to write, so many songs. I can't even, like I said, the 30 songs. And a lot of the classics that you hear. And it was a beautiful thing. And nobody, though, we did it for ourselves. So nobody was never thinking like getting signed, trying to get a record, anything like that. So we didn't take it serious as far as like we better stick together, because what wound up happening was me and Mike Smith got into a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
And see, Mike now and then. See, I'm good friends with him now. I just did his podcast. That was the last podcast I did, was Mike Smith's podcast.
Mike Smith's got a podcast?
That podcast, yes, he does.
Right.
Called,
Yeah.
Oh
awesome.
shit, I didn't know
Metal Mentality. That's the last podcast.
That's right. I did.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And we talk about all this shit,
man.
But,
Awesome.
Now,
you guys hash it out on the episode too?
We hashed it out way before then. It's just
I'm saying you guys
oh yes.
No,
this is something. I'm not. It is what it is. But just goes to show you how raw of people we are, and what we were thinking of at the time. So I set up a show. I set it up at a local club, and I bring down the flyer. And again, death metal back then is like scorned. You got to understand, like our families didn't want us playing it. Nonetheless, strangers. Like I said, the curtain got cut on us at the fucking.
Right.
You weren't getting any love, so nobody was thinking like, yes, this is going to be a lifestyle. This is going to be something that's going to be.
This is what we do in secret because we love it.
This is what we just do because we're friends, and we're weirdos. We're nerds and weirdos doing this to smoke pot. No one cares about us. They hate us. This is what we do.
Yeah.
So I come down with a show flyer, and Smith's like, why you even bother, man? We ain't gonna do shit. This is this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, man, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Why don't you let's do shit? With that, Smith's behind the kid. Boom. I'm getting fucking hit in the head.
Oh shit, it's physical.
Yeah, it's physical.
Whoa.
And because back then we're teenagers, it's raw. I mean, fights back then were just like it's normal. I mean, it was crazy. So with that, I pack up. I'm like, I'm not gonna stay around for this. And everybody else is well packed up. But guess what? My riffs and my guitar playing and my bass playing don't mean shit when nobody else in the world can blast but Mike Smith.
Right.
Not in 1987. Not in 1987, man. No. Mike's the only motherfucker in the world that can do it. And I commend him for that, dude, because that's something that can't be fucked with. And even myself, I should have took it on the chin and said, and should have swallowed
literally.
And should have just swallowed my pride and went back the next day. But I was like, fuck you, I'll start my own thing. I don't need anybody, because I was headstrong just like a fucking child also, But I should have took that on the chin. But I should have realized his talent. But I was like, we'll find somebody else. But no. You still can't find somebody else. We're going fucking 20-something years later.
Everybody's still chasing drummers.
You still can't find somebody else.
That's why the drummers are playing in fucking 10 bands each.
Exactly.
We're still chasing drummers.
Because they're that valuable. They're that rare. But back then, I didn't think so. And I didn't know better. But I know now,
Well, I mean, I'm hard-headed like that, too. If somebody punches me in the face, dude, I don't know if I'm going to show up the next day and try and make music.
All these days, listen, I honestly, I've done that with other people in the past, and I should have got over. I really should have, and it's fine because I'm over it now, and I'm, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, at the time, it's like I shouldn't have to deal with that. But again, if you're on the Yankees, man, and fucking the best pitcher in the world that throws 90 million miles an hour gets in a tiff with you in the locker room, I should have sucked it up.
I agree.
You know what? When I put it in that perspective, right? I should have sucked it up, but I didn't. But hey, it is what it is now. But I'm telling you the truth, so you guys have something to watch and can enjoy.
Totally, dude. So okay, so you that position you're in right there? What did you go into, like a hiatus? Or
well, no, that's when I found the guys from Pyrexia. That's how that happened.
Okay.
That's how they wound up. It was crazy because it's really crazy.
So were they already a thing before you came along, or was it all built together?
No, well, Pyrexia was guy had put out this demo with Daryl. They put a 2-song demo out with a drum machine, and they had 2 songs written, and they were trying to put a band together.
Mm-hmm.
So again, here comes Doug Bones. They were looking for a drummer. Right? It always goes back to Doug Bones. So again, he's one of my best friends. I'm going to see him in Texas when we go do this Texas run. We've already talked. I can't wait to see him. So he's like, listen, this band out in Nassau County, which is like 45 minutes from us, needs a drummer. I'm going to go out there and check it out. I says, all right, I'll take the ride.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I went. I'll take the ride. I go out there, and there's this party going on that they have in their studio. And they have their original drummer there, Mike Andraco, the guy that played on Sermon. He's there. So he was going to quit. Even back then, he was going to quit. Even before Sermon, he was always looking to quit. So Bones went down there. And again, within minutes, he's like, I hate death metal. He's like, I don't like this busy shit. Bah, 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 bah. And I'm down there, and they're like, we need a bass player also. So I'm like, I play bass. I just play bass with these guys over here. And there's like 100 people there. And I basically tried out in front of at a party with them. I was like, all right, what do you got? They had those 2 songs. They showed me the 2 songs. Boom. I played them in front of them right there. And that was it. I wound up joining up with Guy and Daryl and this guy, Rob Shemansky. And from there on, boom, we started writing and fucking recorded that demo and fucking.
And then you're like,
that was that.
They learned your shit that you were writing.
Dude, I'm not lying to you. I had those 30 songs I wrote with those guys, and a lot of the riffs are mine, a lot of riffs were theirs, and they were already Suffocation fans, because like immediately after I left the band, their demo dropped. Like we were about to record.
So was that 89?
89, yeah.
Yeah.
And so they dropped the Re-Cremation, whatever it was. So Guy and Daryl were already immediately Suffo fans. And I come up with my riffs, and they're like, oh, that sounds too much like Suffo. I'm like, sounds too much like Suffo. These are my riffs. This is what I wrote with these guys. And
Yeah.
even to my own band, it was like I was doing Suffo, but like, no, I'm not doing Suffo. Those are the riffs I wrote with those guys.
Yeah.
And with no internet, the first demo, the first album, everybody's like Suffo clone, Suffo clone. I'm like, Suffo clone? What are you fucking, what are you talking about here? And you can't get that word out. Like I said, I'm not going to go out and wave a flag and say, hey, I used to be in a band with these guys and I already wrote those. You just got to, do something different. And that's how I wound up doing System of the Animal and doing different riffs and trying different things because I didn't want to hear about copying people, Back then, you had to be a purist. Now, you know damn well how many bands have that Suffo riff as like the core of the whole fucking band.
Exactly.
In 1990, if you sounded minutely like anybody, you were a ripoff. So you had to be like Zeppelin you had to be Rush then, and the Rush had to be fucking Def Leppard. You had to be like completely different,
Yep.
So we were getting hammered for being like Suffo clones. Meanwhile, I spent 3 years with those guys writing, and I just took my riffs and put them on my album. But they got signed to Roadrunner. They got signed to Relapse before we did it. We got Spain. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Spain, Denmark. It's like I don't know. It's just, But
that's a trip, dude. It is hard to think of it like that because, I mean, I was born in '84, so I'm old enough to catch like all that old school shit, but at the same time, it was already, muddied waters by the time I was conscious to it,
Of course.
And that's why I like to dig back into the past and really find those acts. But to me, like listening to sermon or listening to the liturgy demo, you guys had your own distinct sound, dude. Even though it obviously it was like New York death metal to me, but it never really fully gave me like this suffocation vibe when I listened to Pyrexia. I was just like, this is how these dudes riff out there,
It might be, but if I go back to the early days of reviews or fans or anybody else, nothing but flack. It's a different world now. Now it's accepted and people get it. There's a style, New York death metal, which it isn't a style. I take that it shouldn't be. It's 5 people. And from then, whatever happened,
it all branched out.
It all branched out, but it's 5 people. And in the earliest days, it was only allowed to be a few the people that they thought it was, and I accepted that too. I play by whatever is in front of me. I'm not a complainer, man. If that's how people want to judge it, that's why I try doing a different album every time. I don't give you the same album. Some of them suck, some of them hit, but it's different every time because I want to be. That's part of my formula is to try to do something completely brand new that isn't done already.
Totally.
It's cool though.
I fail with a lot of that because a lot of it's gonna fail, but that's the goal. That's always the goal.
When you take chances,
I'll take chances, fail rather than something that you're gonna like. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
exactly.
Dude, to us, man, like growing up, like like I've talked about, like I got into death metal in like the late '90s and stuff, and so I'm from San Diego, and so Deprecated and stuff, was a big band for us and everything. And so to us, we were just kind of coming up and stuff, and of course Suffocation and got into that. But Sermon of Mockery to us was one of the gold standards of like to us. I mean, the context for us was perfect. Like we never thought those things like in any way. We were just like, this is fucking sick. We were like into that, and then we're getting into Dying Fetus, and we're listening to all this shit, and we were like all stoked on the New York style, and then the Florida style, and then the California, the old thrash and death, and all the different. There's like so many. They're all different and shit. But I mean, yeah, man, straight up, like I mean, we're like all excited, like, dude, it's the guy from Sermon of Mockery, man. And like, of course, all like I've been listening to all your shit like this whole weekend. It is a really cool like range of different shit, man.
It is true with Casey and meeting the Odious guys. They were like immediately like Sermon of Mockery. Like it was like
back in like 20 years ago, at least more, really.
Yeah, totally. So that was like that. Yeah, you have to listen. And shout out Maddie Way, by the way. Maddie Way's in the chat.
Maddie Way.
Yeah.
He's in the chat.
And Sarah.
Maddie Way, the legend.
Hey, dude, I texted you today. Why didn't you respond? Did you get a new number, dude? I literally texted you today, fool. Love you, brother. Otter slam, dude.
But we've been busy, Maddie. You could see we've been out there constantly. We put a lot of ground in this year. We played a lot of shows in a lot of cities, and like I said, we just confirmed Europe again for next July. It's a hard working band, man. And you know, in the earliest of my years, you're nervous. Like I don't know what you're gonna do with your life, you know, especially a 25-year-old, 22-year-old young kid. But at my age, and I'm seeing I've already done it 30 years. I know this is what I'm doing in my life. It gives me a little bit more fire, a little more energy that this is what I'm doing. So it's just a different time nowadays. So it's a good time for Pyrexia. We have a lot on the blocks, man. And
It's
Matt,
good
let
to
me
be.
tell you what's going to happen also is, and they've already provided the funding for this. That's why uniquely, God bless you.
Fuck yeah.
Uniquely to provide the funding because the last album, Unholy Requiem, the post is right behind me. I really do like the riffs and the material is really good. The production, I try to do everything myself. All right, that's the type of person I am. I built this place myself. I record everything myself. I do not have the skill set to master and mix everything properly myself. I was using plugins. That's not my skill set. I could track shit. I could record you. You want to go to a demigod or something like that. So after hearing Gravitas, they've given us the funding that Unholy is actually going to be remastered next year with demigod.
Nice, okay, that's
and
cool, dude.
Released with the proper sound.
Yeah, dude.
And I appreciate them for believing in the material because it is a great album. I really believe in it. But the way it was recorded, it sounds like a demo. It sounds like a pre-production.
Sure.
So I hope with the new production, people appreciate. But there's so much on the blocks with Pyrexia right now. Like I'm saying, we got a couple of releases coming out, shows through the end of the year, and already building up for next year.
Fuck yeah, man.
Hell yeah, awesome. Dude.
I was just gonna say, I think it's cool that like actually in this modern age too, with like bands, like what are we doing? Like what can we do that's kind of new? Like I actually kind of like some of this remastering stuff that people are doing. If it's done well,
gotta be done well.
Like, if it's done well, you're like, this is really cool. I mean, I have no problem kind of hearing an album with a different mix and a different master. Like
I failed on the last
one. I just got my response, guys. I'm not gonna tell you what he says though.
Uh-oh.
Oh, from who? What was it? Sorry.
From Maddie.
I literally got the Maddie response right now, dude.
Great.
But yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I don't know. But I mean, it's cool to like listen to have both, like so you can hear like the old one.
Yes.
And then here's the so you, like they leave both versions up. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, well, I like the old, I want to hear the old style, like, you know, if it like replaces it, that's kind of you know, but I don't know. I think it's cool to hear. I guess it doesn't really matter either way, but yeah, I think it's cool, man. I dig it.
Definitely.
That's my point.
Oh no, the Cynic's doing the whole like remastering too. I think they're recording some shit too, like re-recording a little bit, I don't know if they're recording all of it or
it's like a mixture of it. I think maybe if we're not talking out of school, but I know that whatever dude's doing, he's working miracles from taking it from what it was back then to what it is
93, 94 to like what it is now.
Yeah, dude. I mean, trying to take analog and bring it into 2022. Anybody who has the capability of improving something like that, hats off to you, dude. I mean, I can't fucking figure shit out, you know? Like if you put that in front of me and said, okay, dude, now
you're all more treble, dude. More treble. more
treble. Dude. I think I need to boost the gain at this point right here.
No, it's an art, man. It's totally an art. Like remastering or like remastering's an art. Like it's a, you know,
mastering is a whole different science that I was getting foolishly headstrong went into. That's my worst deficit is thinking I could do anything. And tried to do that and failed badly. So
yeah, no, that's
right. I know I've always tried to be like, oh, I'm a musician, like I can write or I can like record and like play, or I can like even just learning how to track like simple like and then send it to somebody and they're like, oh, I can use this. I'm like, I did it. I did it. Like I'm like, oh my god, like I remember like trying to record. I used to teach these student bands and this kind of stuff, and I would try to record them myself, and I'd be like make a little mix and be like right on and send it to the parents, and they're just like won't even respond. They're like, ugh, and I'm like, I thought it sounded okay. And I'm like, I suck, dude. Like,
nope. Be right back.
What up, Nicole?
And everyone now is like used to just like everything. The production just sounds like incredible. Like no matter what you do, like
that's part of it, man. And listen, that's why I give much credit to Miguel because, again, the riffs can be good and but man, the production it just matters. I always knew it, and we didn't have Scott Burns in the day. That also, come on, let's be honest. Scott Burns had the magic touch back then.
Oh yeah,
he came out with something that he had on that. You're going to sound good.
Yep.
So, and that was like the standard. So when you put your shit on next to something that was released by Scott Burns, it sounded like tinfoil. So that was another environment that Pyrexia was around during that was hard to deal with, is really getting our the vision out, because it was $100 an hour back then when we recorded that where we went, and that's who could afford that. So it was just a different environment, man. Where now you can really you can get shit done. It's more affordable. You can record shit even at a home studio and then send it out, but you can you can make it sound good, or at least decent. Where back in the day it was tough.
That's such a I guess I'll call it a blessing of when the reamping when the reamping came into like you can just sit there and do like, I'll go ahead and work on one song for 9 hours and like, or however many hours, and then you can just be like, all right, we're done with this one. Go, after work or something like that, you could just get it done. And then you could just put it in the just bring it to the studio, and that's just how long it takes to once you find the tone.
It's so much better for the creative process because I don't have to worry about. I mean, I do enjoy the technical end of things, absolutely, but my friend CJ, shout out to my man CJ if he's watching. But when we did Unholy Requiem, which I failed at, it took me 2 years. I was like chasing tones. I'm fucking mics. I'm hanging this. I'm stuffing that. I'm using comforters. I'm using that. It was ridiculous. It was like I was doing everything. Super perfectionist. And just the reamping thing. I mean, I just got to fucking hit it with a direct, play it, and then you go through a zillion tones later and make it happen.
Definitely.
Creative process just flows. So I like it.
Especially like with like probably ear fatigue back then. Like, you're probably like, oh, this is the sick tone.
I was caught in a vacuum down here, bro. I'm not man, it was bad. I was like in a twilight zone. I came out like with a long fucking beard. It was terrible. Terrible, man.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. No, we're stoked now, man. We're fucking stoked that we have the opportunity to take our time and make sure that you can hear it with the music nowadays, how things are so dialed in, and like, just
I don't have to worry now. Now I know it's going to come out the way it's in my head, and it makes me excited to write stuff because now I know it's going to sound good.
Exactly. So we're basically back on. I mean, the timeline wise,
we haven't even gotten to the first Pyrexia demo yet, dude. We have not gotten to list
2 hours deep.
Yet.
It's great.
No, it's all good, dude. Hey, I don't know if you've watched our show before, Chris, but we go long, dude. So it's all good.
All right, I'm ready to go. I came to hang out with you guys, so
fuck
dude,
yeah.
That's let me take a piss every now and then because I feel one coming on. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah, you could piss.
Yo,
piss
do whatever
away,
you need, dude. I just took my own, dude.
We'll talk about the demo and then I'll make a run.
All right. Okay. So you hooked up with the Pyrexia dudes. You dropped down to bass.
Let me tell you another backstory. All right.
Go for it.
Suffocation. Another thing that people don't also realize. All right. Now, we used to be called Mortuary. We used to hang out with Hobbs, Cerrito, and Smith. That was this end of things. We used to go to this place called the Smith Haven Mall. All right. That was where the fucking arcade was. The girls were. That's where the weed was. That's where you used to go. And we go there one day, and all of a sudden there's these two dudes handing out business cards that say Suffocation on them. And it's Guy Marche and this dude Todd German. And never met them in my life. And this is before I met them as Pyrexia. As Pyrexia. He was Suffocation. And he was handing out business cards trying to start a band. And he wound up hooking up with Josh, this drummer called Brian Kootner, Frank Mullen sang. That was the first time Frank Mullen sang as Suffocation was with these guys. Not with Smith, not with Hobbs, not with Cerrito. And who else was on it? I forget who played bass. I can't remember at the moment. But that's what they were. And again, they couldn't really hack it with that drummer. Drummer couldn't play, and the bass player couldn't play. And the first person I think to leave was Todd German, where that's when Hobbs made the break and decided to start jamming with Smith again because there were no other drummers. So Smith was jamming with Guy, and Hobbs started jamming to replace this guy Todd German. All right, and they started jamming Hobbs riffs. Now, once they started jamming Hobbs riffs, they had to replace eventually, I think, Guy with Cerrito, and that's how the original Suffocation wound up forming. It was actually because Guy was going around with these business cards that said Suffocation on them. It was very, very bizarre way things formulated, but it was a very small group of people that were intertwined, and that's how that actually wound up happening. So Hobbs and Cerrito were not the original guitarists. It was Todd German and Guy Marche, and then eventually was swapped out because it was all to get Smith. Smith was the nucleus. If he's watching right now, even though he does nothing now, and even though there's drummers that can do what he did now, the fact that he was able to do it for like a good decade or two when no one else could. So to me, that's everything. You know, I don't care.
I wonder if there's like business cards laying around of Guy.
Guy has them. I'm positive he has them. 100%. That was Guy's thing.
Guy, send me one, Guy.
Send me one. I won't sell it on eBay. I swear.
He had Pyrexia business cards. That was his thing back then, man. I think I still have a Pyrexia. He used to make business.
How sick would that be to have just like a Suffo business card in your wallet all day?
He's got one. Guy, chime in. I know you got one.
yeah. He's got to have them.
But yeah, that's how this shit started, man.
Crazy, bro.
It all was because Smith. It's all because everybody had to work with Smith. That was your only way you were going to play this music, because you could try jamming with all these other people, which we all did. But when you say, okay, blast now for 24 measures, or it doesn't happen. And then you can't write your song. And then you're like, what the fuck? And it's like, back then it wasn't even Pro Tools. It was literally, you got to do it on tape. That's another thing motherfuckers don't realize.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, your drummer better fucking play it. I don't want to hear Pro Tools. There was no such thing.
Yeah.
You had to go in the studio, locked, loaded, ready to motherfucking go. Mike Smith was the only one in town.
So Suffo guy says we came to mortuary rehearsal because me and Josh Mullen were rehearsing at the same place.
That's exactly what happened. And we both jammed the same night. That was the last time I ever jammed with Mike Smith, Suffo, and Hobbs. We went down to Suffocation's practice, whatever it was. It was me and Cerrito drove down to their practice. I don't know how Smith was there, but he was there already. And Suffo jammed with the other drummer, Brian Kootner, and Guy, and then Then me, Cerrito, Hobbs, and Smith got up and did our set, which was like the Suffo set. And that was the last time we ever jammed. I almost got a DWI that night. My car fucking blew up into flames with Cerrito in it. That's another story from another night. From that
why not tonight, dude?
I mean, well, yeah, coming home from that studio, because we felt we were like really excited. We're like, we destroyed everything. We're the best band in the world. I was driving like 116 miles an hour, apparently.
Damn.
And I was going for like 10 exits. The cops thought I was running away from them. I wasn't. I was just driving. I didn't look in the rearview mirror. I was 18 years old.
I was just going home, dude.
I was going home. All of a sudden, I get off to the exit. I go look when I'm getting off. It's just like a fucking army of fucking cops behind, flash and everything. I'm like, oh man. I pull over.
I wonder who they're looking for.
I pull over, and my idiot friend Billy, who was the singer at the time, he was a maniac. All right, so he gets to go out to smoke a cigarette or piss or something. The cop's like, get back in the car, get back in the car. Right. So the cop immediately rips me out of the car, puts me in handcuffs, and throws me in the back of his car. So I'm like sitting in the back of the fucking cop car now with Cerrito and my old singer in the backseat of the car. And I see my singer getting out of the car again. And I'm like, this son of a bitch. And the cop's going on the mic. He's like, get back in the car. I told you, get back in the car. And he's like, it's on fire, man. It's on fire. My car burst into flames, I guess, because it was going fast.
Because you were going 116 miles an hour for 10 exits.
Burst into flames. But that was my saving grace because it changed the whole scene. All of a sudden, that was a fire. So now the fire came on, the fire department, they put the fire out, they take the car away. By then, it's like 2-3 hours. I'm sober. Everybody's sober. The cops dropped us off at 7-Eleven, and Cerrito's mom picked us up.
So, dude, actually, your car going up in flames costs you less money than that Dewey for sure, dude.
Oh, 100%. That's what I'm saying. That was our saving grace. I was a 19-year-old kid that would have ruined me.
Right. Jesus. You're like, fuck it. I could get another car for $1,000 instead of 10 grand for a Dewey and fucking all the bullshit that you have to go through.
Yep.
So guys saying when Mortuary broke up, then we got Smith, then I quit and started Pyrexia.
Yep. That's about
Okay.
right.
And we also got confirmation that he does have those cards, dude.
He has the
told you,
cards.
man. I know he does. I know he does. Man.
I fucking would
I'm
love
taking
one
that
of
piss.
those,
You
dude.
guys can talk to God. I'll be right back.
Go for it, dude.
That's great.
He's got many cards. That'd be sick.
so
That's
rad,
like a
dude.
cool artifact to have. Just like I don't know if they
Right.
make frames that small, but I would get one.
Yeah.
Frame it and like put it in your
Full
car.
card.
Yeah. God, I mean, it's a trip. Like my dad actually one time was like drag racing in like the '60s or something, in like maybe the late '60s, and got his whole car like back seat was filled with beer cans, and they were just in the cops came, and they were just like, "What's up?" He's like, "Oh, nothing. It's all good." And he's like, he looked at all the beer cans with his flashlight. He's like, "All right, you guys need to go home." Like,
Yeah. Because back then it was their generation's the reason why we get fucked on driving drunk, dude. Even though I don't condone it at all.
It takes enough people blowing it and like making huge mistakes, and then they're like, all right, well, this is a problem. We have to make a law. You know, it's like that's where things come from. That's where laws come from. It's people blowing it.
It's trial and error, dude. That's how humans work, dude.
At first starts like, no, he killed my friend. It's like, well, we got to do something about this. And then like,
and then
it's like
a bunch of other people getting killed for the same thing, and they're like, oh yeah, dude, it's the alcohol, dude. It's the alcohol plus a vehicle.
Yeah.
But,
shout out to fucking,
dude.
that's so cool. We got fucking guy, fucking Marche, fucking Maddie Way, all these cool people.
No,
Nicole's
dude,
in the fucking chat. Shout out Nicole.
Nice.
Oh, dude, shout out
fucking
Nicole,
Murray.
dude.
Got fucking Ian. We got
Ian, dude. Yeah, dude. The first time I ever saw Suffo was I probably already mentioned it on the show, but it was the comeback show at Maryland, dude, when they, came out of the caves and Guy was on stage. And so I always, in my mind, I'm like, dude, Guy is that guy from Suffo,
Guy's the guy.
And seeing Suffo this recent tour with Atheist was just as sick as any other Suffo show you're going to see, but it was a little less familiar for me because I'm seeing Terrence and that's it, but seeing Guy, seeing Frank, and all those guys for my first Suffo set was deep. To be a serious fan of Suffo at that time too. They were already my favorite brutal death metal band when we saw them, so and all the times that we've spent with Guy, we got the privilege to go hang out with those guys at the studio when we were on tour and hear the self-titled before it came out and all that shit, and those guys were super hospitable and great dudes. I always love the Suffo dudes.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Guy, you gotta fucking start jamming and putting all the stuff out you're talking about, like everything you're putting in the chat. I'm like, fuck, dude. Everyone would love to hear like those old demos of you guys jamming, stuff like that.
Lazy.
And digitize it.
He's lazy.
Yeah. He's lazy.
Come on.
The fucking guy beat cancer and he's fucking lazy.
Fucking guy's lazy. Get to work.
Jesus.
You got work to do here.
No, for real though, dude. He's just as legendary as all the legends in my eye, dude. Guy's been right up there on the list of dudes that were there at the beginnings of things that I hold dearly to my heart, dude.
I can't tell you how many nights Guy and I, he'll test this because he's here right now, spent alone in the studio writing songs, silly songs. We used to be into Ween, 15-minute rambling, just hours and hours and hours every night, every weekend for years in the studio, just being stupid. And we lived there. Guy would sleep there sometimes. I mean, that was just, it's weird. Like I said, I should have just grasped it more back then. Cause if my advice to anybody, if you really enjoy doing something, do it. But I was always nervous that this is not going to provide for me, or I should never worry about that. But we lived it then and I live it now. And it's just crazy. But Guy and I spent a lot of hours together, mainly me and him. We used to call ourselves John and Paul. Writing, doing shit, man. I swear, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
All kinds music.
And when you're saying like silly songs, I love that, dude, because there's so many. Pretty much every band I've ever been in, it's like we have this one thing that we're serious about. We're making this, but that's not what we're all about. We're gonna fucking play silly covers or make parody songs and all that kind of shit. And
song is everything.
The versatility of especially guys in the death metal community, you know, a lot of dudes that play this style of music. I mean, I listen to hip hop all the time. I listen to fucking jazz. I listen to fucking avant-garde shit. I listen to like all these different types of styles of music, but we just all are fully connected to making death metal music, you know? The guys that are playing death metal and only listening to death metal, I'm like,
that doesn't work. That doesn't work. You want to know how the real OGs? You want to know who's really an OG death metal musician? Is when you look at a band picture and you see everybody in a band wearing Rush, Led Zeppelin, and Van Halen shirts.
Right.
There were no other bands. You know what I'm saying? Those were the shirts. When you see everybody wearing, you know, all these fucked up. All right, you've been, you know, those. It's been around a million years. You see fucking the early Deicide fucking band picture. It's guys the Rush shirts and fucking, you know, Van Halen.
I still go to fucking death metal shows with Rush shirts on.
Of course.
Hell yeah, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There is no shame in my Rush game, dude.
Oh, I love Rush. That's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point. You gotta have those building blocks.
Yeah.
You need those building blocks.
Definitely.
No,
they were pioneers too. It's kind of like how death metal came through. They were one of those bands that came through with that kind of prog weird shit that people are like, oh, this is too much or weird and blah blah. And
it's just right.
It's just a different time and different style, but like that's pretty much the same thing, you know.
No, it's dope. I love
it.
Yeah.
There's way more male people in a Rush concert. It's staggering how much for some reason that band has
life, man. It doesn't matter, you know. I mean,
but no, dude, that band, no, I mean, I don't want to go on a Rush rant. I'm just saying, like, that band has a gigantic catalog of great art, dude.
Come on,
and I'll always rep Rush, dude.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Foundations.
So okay. We still haven't even gotten into recording that demo, dude. So in 92, what the fuck was going on where you finally fucking said, let's lay this down, dude?
Now, I'm already like kind of choking because the guys I was just jamming with Suffo are like blowing up. All right. They're getting signed to everything. Everything's going huge. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I used to jam with these guys for the past 4 years.
Yeah.
We got to make moves. We got to do something here. So we go and record that 4-song demo, which was, you know, pretty cool. You know, it was on a 16 track. I remember doing it. I remember at the time already it was my introduction to the problems of keeping the band together. The original guitarist, Rob Szymanski, who is actually the godfather to my child today. Back then, he decided to quit the band immediately after we recorded that demo. So like that was immediately the first obstacle we had to come across was our guitar player quit right after we recorded the demo. So we recorded that demo, and what was happening, there was a show at the Ritz. We made 500 copies of the demo. There was a show at this place in New York at the Ritz. I think it was the Headbangers Ball put together. SOD, Cannibal Corpse, I think Suffo played. It was like every death metal band you could want to play back then at this giant at this giant venue, you know, a couple of thousand people, you know, big crowd.
Yeah.
So me and Guy go there Guy had this backpack thing with all the demos in the backpack. And I think we sold like almost all 500 that night. And we were like, you know, that was a time, man, my God, it makes me realize it was a time you can go to shows with a box of demos or a bag of demos and sell them, and people were looking to buy stuff.
You come home with a stack of cash, and you're like,
again, it's never been about the money. More like, wow.
No, yeah, I was just about to say a stack of cash plus now you know that your shit
shit's out there. We
dispersed,
tapes out there, because that's when people start dubbing it, and you know, you start making some shit. But that was the first night where we like went out to a death metal show as a band with tapes, with merch, with flyers, with guys' business cards, and we're like hitting everybody at that show. Like, you want to buy a demo? Want to buy a demo? Want to buy a demo? And like every fifth person would say yes back then. And because everybody was starving for music, there was no internet. You know, it was way more organic, way more smart. You had to be smart. You had to be in the circles, man. If you weren't
There's like there's like an adrenaline aspect to it. There's like this
found something that no one else has got. You can't wait to show your homies that didn't come to the show, or you know, all kinds of shit, man. You got something new. You got something to bring home.
right.
You know, again, I don't want to sound like I don't get off my lawn. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has new joys that make them happy that, you know, that we don't have back then. But that I feel bad for people that don't enjoy that. Just like searching for a new record and all that stuff. They don't get it today, but it's a different thing. You know,
going to a show and passing out a demo, like
big deal.
Or now it's just like, go to my band camp, dude. Go to this band camp, you know? And that's just the new age. But I'm just going back to my own self, passing out my demos and all that kind of shit. And the feeling of somebody saying, oh, fuck yeah, dude. That's really, it's just like, all right, dude.
Yeah.
That's where it's at right there.
And
dude.
you know, you had to put your money where your mouth is. You want to make that demo, you got to put a couple grand up.
Yeah.
Man, you got to put a couple $1,000 up. I remember, all right, it was a big deal. We got $5,000. All right. Now Suffolk got 25. We got $5,000 from Drown Records to do Sermon of Mockery. And it was $100 an hour. So we did, what was that? How many hours is that? I think it was 100 hours, right?
Okay.
5.
I failed algebra in senior year.
But also too with the you know,
you're right.
Inflation and shit too. Inflation, you're talking way more money nowadays. I mean, if you're put it in like perspective now, that's probably
but
like
again, stuff like I said, bands like Suffolk,
$250 an hour.
But bands like Suffolk were getting 25,000. So 5,000 back then was not enough really to do what you wanted to do.
5,000 at $100 an hour is 50.
50 hours?
Yeah.
Right. That's how many hours we got to do sermon. All right. We had to do it, and that's what
just over 2 days.
Just over 2 days. You know, well, you know, you did 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But and that was another thing is you had Scott Burns. There was nobody that even knew what death metal was to try to tell you they'll mix it for you or record it for you. It was you as a teenager had to tell them what sounded good or what didn't sound good. And, you know, sermon, whatever, you could say it sounds this. I don't think it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't sound. I was listening to what Scott Burns was putting out, and that's what I wanted to sound like, and it wasn't sounding like that. So I was always disappointed, man. I've been disappointed with our productions up until this last fucking one, which that just goes to tell you the chase I've been on, man.
Well, from the perspective of you as the artist versus the listener, me, I'm going to say that I do love the dirtier old school sound when I know it came from the beginnings of death metal. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many like early albums that sound way worse than Sermon. Sermon gets me in the feels, bro.
I appreciate that, man.
So it does it really matter that much that was, you know, as far as you guys could have gotten Sermon at that time, because it still makes an impact in the form that it is. I mean, I still have a Drowned Records original copy of that album.
Yeah, I guess I'm just a bad critic of myself.
No, I know, but that's a common thing, bro. I mean, we're the same way.
Coming from jamming with those guys,
we're the same way, dude. We're our own worst critic. That's one of my main things that I say on this show is, as the creator of the art that people, you know, listen to and love, you're never going to get that full satisfaction. And that's why Pyrexia still continued to make albums and try and hit that spot. But you're saying you're happy with this last one, but you still haven't hit that spot. You're never going to hit that spot, dude.
No, it's true.
We're always chasing it. And if you finally hit it, then that's probably when you're done, but it never really happens, you know?
No,
there's always bigger and better things every time.
Yep. No, it's inspiring, and it's just it keeps it going for me. You know, I enjoy it.
That's what's up, dude. Okay, so all right, you did the demo, you got the sermon. So you signed.
We did the demo.
Gave you the $5,000 to do.
Drown gave us the $5,000. We put the demo out, and At the time, Daryl was our singer. He was running basically whatever kind of mail or anything like that, or contacts, this, that, and the other thing. That's another thing I'm going to say right now. It's crazy. I'm going to give this man credit, and he'll probably love it if he hears this, but he might not hear it. But back in the day, all right, we were such purists, all right. If you couldn't play the material, you were frowned upon, all right.
Mm-hmm.
You had to play it again. You were in the studio. You had to play it perfect. It was really like you really had to play your instrument at the best abilities.
Right.
And in the earliest days, Josh Barron was part of Suffo, and he could not play the way he needed to play. Okay, but that motherfucker is the reason they got signed to Roadrunner Records, because that motherfucker was a hardcore phone worker, manager back in the days when there was no internet. He was networking and doing work and making phone calls and shit that no one was even thinking about. And I want to again, because this is a history lesson, I want to always give credit where credit is due. His playing was terrible. He had no songwriting ability, but that man had a lot to do with why Suffolk got on Roadrunner. That's 100% fact. I was there. I watched it all happen. He was the one on the phone with Monty. He was the one on the phone doing things. And he had all kinds of faults. I'm not saying I would keep him around. I wouldn't say he was this or that, but he's part of the lineage of to how our group of people, because he was part of the group. Like I told you, the first show I ever walked in on that summer when I was 15 turning 16, no, 14 turning 15 or 15 turning 16, he was playing bass with Terrence Hobbs. He was playing guitar with Terrence Hobbs, and Frank Moan was on bass. He was part of the crew. He was part of the original people, and he was part of obviously Human Waste and Effigy. And back then, the reason he went is because we were such like, if you can't play, you have no reason being here. But that's foolish. I think about it now. We could have probably worked. He probably could have been worked with or whatever, because of what he did mattered. But he had other problems that made it hard to be around. But he had a lot to do with things. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah. A little shout out for him too. All right, so you guys record Sermon. And so what happened with the band then? Did you guys tour that record, or was it right back to writing?
No, we did do our runs, you know what I'm saying? As I said, our first run was we played with this band. Shout out to Cortines and this band Crucifix. We played with them. I don't think they're still around anymore, but we went again, always writing letters. Everything was letters, shit like that. We went out to Texas and we played a string of shows with this band called Crucifix and Tormentor, 2 bands. And we did Corpus Christi, Houston, fucking Dallas, and that's when the U-Haul got impounded over a little marijuana problem. Texas, Texas is a crazy, crazy state.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Did you guys ever hit that spot? It's the El Paso spot, right? It's the spot going from New Mexico to El Paso, where you're like, I remember the first time we hit it as like a brand new band, a touring band with Decrepit and stuff. We were going, and all of a sudden, also like a checkpoint. We're like, all right, checkpoint's coming, and we're like, it's all good. And then also, it's like this wooden plank, and then it's got like a little center there, a little place for people to go in and get arrested, I guess. But it's like this plank, and then all of a sudden they just turn the corner with a dog on us. Just like literally, we pull up to a stop sign. It's this dog, like drug dog, on us, and we're like, what the fuck? And Bill had to like eat like a quarter of weed, and he's all choking on it and shit.
It was lame, dude.
Dude, it was insane. It was insane. Like I remember, we had no idea. We're like,
I was in the back of the truck, dude.
Yeah. And
how many,
in the back?
Any of you guys have problems trying to get over to Canada?
Luckily, we didn't
really. Not
I've
really.
I've gotten many problems, many times been turned away from Canada. But one of those times I had a little something on me.
Yeah.
And they bring you in the room and everything, and it's like, it got heavy, but thank God nothing happened. But Canada's a fucking place.
Well, that one checkpoint was for all bands, though. If you're gonna just do a US tour, that checkpoint was, I don't know if it's still there, but that was, I remember like one time they were like,
like 2 weeks ago.
Oh really? Yeah, dude. No, it's from between New Mexico and El Paso. It's the border of Texas somewhere.
Let me give a shout out to New Mexico. Monster House Dispensary. We just did a little sponsorship with them. Like I said, as we go through, we always try to stop at dispensaries, and Monster House Dispensary. We stopped in there. We wound up really getting along with the people. You connect with people on the road, and we partnered up with them, and they're going to release 3 pre-rolls. One of them is going to be a Sermon of Mockery pre-roll, a Gravitas pre-roll, and an Unholy Requiem pre-roll.
I'd love to smoke all 3 of those.
Yeah. It's going to be really good. And, just want to give a shout out to them. Mark and Monster House, they're doing great things.
See, that's what's up, dude. Just finding people that are, down for the cause and on the same vibe and in just one social situation. You guys,
I can't even say how blessed. Me and Sean will tell you. Sean has been with me, like I said, the past almost 11 years now. And John is starting to really taste it and feel it. He's been our closest ally. And really, these past few tours have really solidified his brotherhood and his familyhood with the band, because he gets it. He sees it now. The love. We do this. We go to these cities and we go to all these towns and meet all these people. It's like music is almost secondary. It really is. I mean, obviously it's the root and why we're there, but then we share meals and we share drinks and we share stories with all these people. And I can't imagine a different life. I don't know what the fuck I would be doing with myself if I wasn't doing this, because everything else seems so lame. I mean, I don't even know.
So, I mean, you're like obviously trucking along for so many fucking years doing this. Like, are you, so this is just going for bands out there trying to do the same thing and stuff like that. Do you have a day job, or is it only death metal and recording?
Well, here's the thing. I kept my toes in the water, and that's why I put out some subpar albums over the past couple of years, because I had to keep a job as an engineer. I used to work at Carnegie Hall in Manhattan for 18 years. All right. I used to run the building, used to do the elevators, HVAC, plumbing, electric. It was a serious job. It kept me, I had a lot of vacation time, so I was allowed to do some touring in between, but not fully able to write music like in the sermon days and the system days and the hatred days. It was more work, 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 work. So now I'm at the other end, because it was a union. I'm done. I don't have to work anymore. I got my 20 years in. I got to wait till I'm 55 to get my pension. I don't get any money right now.
Okay.
But I don't have to. I just do. I work with disabled people right now. I take care of disabled people. And, I cook for them. I take them on trips. I take them to doctor's appointments. But I don't have to. I'm not tied to any job. I can tour now and do whatever I want. And it's a big part of how Pyrexia is right now, and how we're able to do what I'm doing is the freedom.
That's cool,
Chris, I want you to know that I've had time with a lot of your music this week, dude, and I've listened to all Pyrexia ever since I've known Pyrexia, but cramming for these episodes, it is, I want to get a good vibe with every album in a band or an artist discography before I do an episode with them. And you're the classic person that will never fully embrace what you've done. I enjoy all of your music, bro. Like you're saying that this is why this happened with Pyrexia, because I had to be over here doing this, but you still made these Pyrexia records, and they're still great records, bro.
I appreciate that, but there's good and there's great. And that's the thing, is I knew they were decent, and that's why I would even let them pass through and get, released. But I know the difference between great and okay.
And that's actually really cool that like you're the level that you're wanting to push for, and I'm gonna say that a lot of the stuff is great, bro. But I am the listener. You got to remember that I'm the listener, and I have a different perspective, and I have really enjoyed all of Pyrexia's discography, bro.
I appreciate that. I really do.
But that it also excites me that you don't feel the same way.
No,
it excites me a lot, because I know that I'm gonna have more Pyrexia in the future.
There's so much more. I don't know what it is. Like you said, because I don't feel the best is done yet, and I feel like I'm on the right path though. That's what I
Yeah.
feel.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you hit the right vein. You know, you're like, oh shit.
Like
Okay.
right place in my life where I think I could do some really good work right now, and also bring it around and play. And again, another big shout out to Kirby. I'm really appreciative because we were supposed to play Obscene this year, and with our booking agent really dropped the ball. And I appreciate that Obscene realized it wasn't us, because I was ready. I had my bags packed. I mean, who would? I was gonna play Obscene Obscene on my birthday at midnight with the fucking jumbotrons, and we had to cancel because our booking agent didn't book the tickets. All right, I don't want to get into details, but I'm just very appreciative that Kirby, thank you, he's having us back again this year, and we will be there to finally play, and that's a big deal. I mean, I'm again, I feel blessed and inspired to write and produce that album. That's why I'm so glad Miguel is in my life, because he's helping me get this vision out, because now I feel I could get the productions that I couldn't get in the old days. I didn't have Scott Burns back then, but I got Miguel now.
It inspires me to hear you speak the way that you are right now and saying that you're inspired. We're 3 decades past the demo. You know what I'm saying? And for you to catch that inspiration still down the road, as long as you've been playing music, dude, it's making me feel the same way. Like, I'm never gonna stop.
You're not going to stop.
If you're not gonna stop, I'm not gonna stop, dude.
That's what I mean. And I fault myself for worrying. Don't worry, because we all wind up in the grave. All right, that's number one. We're gonna be underground. While you're here, me and Sean, again, I always bring up, he's my best friend. I bring him up all the time. We joke, like when we get to the gates, St. Peter, he's gonna get the fuck in here. You used up everything you were given. You lived your life. You fucking went out there, you traveled, you fucking did what you want. The other way is not the way I used to sometimes live, when I went to work 16-hour days, fucking 70-hour weeks, missing Christmases, missing Thanksgivings. That's not living. And I don't advise anybody do that. If you got it, everybody has to work, obviously, to make a living, but work a means to an end. Don't make a lifestyle out of, I'm going to get a career of doing 20-hour days and 16-hour days. If you have no other passions in life, then fine. But if you love playing music and you love touring and you enjoy meeting new people around the world, how dare you stop? How dare you do that? You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
Fuck yeah, dude. I love
and
that.
You got that,
dude.
like what Anthony's kind of getting at, and we've talked about it a million times, the people that have the that drive, or like, it's not correct yet, it's not at its point where it needs to be. You know, those are the people that keep putting out more amazing things, and they want to keep pushing things, and they're not satisfied. And the people that are satisfied are it's pretty much the music I don't listen to. You know, like,
yeah.
That's what
it's the carrot in front of the face classic thing, but in a good way. Like, you will maybe eventually catch that carrot. Like in this situation, you will. But is that the way? Are you going to hang it up after that? I don't know.
Well, it'll just be so sweet now, because it took a whole lifetime to get there. If I got it when I was 20, maybe it would have been terrible. But now that carrot would be like, it would be so sweet.
This carrot looks always delicious, dude. I'm all,
I like carrots.
I like carrots too, dude.
They help the eyesight, you know?
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right. Dude, let's fucking keep going with this though, dude. Cause I want to know what happened between, because there's Sermon, there's I'm now blanking on the name of the EP right after that. Help me out.
Hatred, Anger, and Disgust.
There you go. That EP is fucking dope too, dude. Like, I really, really enjoy, and I love that the Sermon reissue came with the demo and the EP. Yes. I love that, dude.
I made a nice package.
Yeah, it sounds sick, dude.
Because nowadays, as a collector, like me, I like to have the physical copy, but catching the EP or the demo, you're gonna spend a lot of money to get that kind of stuff now.
So the habit is
So
good.
you guys gave back to the community with this reissue too. So but yeah, that EP too, solid EP that shows that you're progressing as a band. And not only I was just going to say, showing that you're wanting to break out of this, shell that maybe you only feel that you were in, but you're still breaking out of it, dude.
The whole vocalist thing changed. That was it. I was like, let's get rid of fucking gutturals, man. Too many Suffo comparisons. Let's switch it up completely. Give me a high vocalist, because that was the original vocalist we had. Was a vocalist that sounded like Keith, the guy that's on Hatred and System. So we went more in that direction. I really hunted and searched demos out and finally found this guy, Keith DeVito, he's a great vocalist.
Searching demos. What band was he in?
What the hell was the name of the fucking band, man? He was in a band. I feel bad, man. Somebody, if they're watching right now, knows it. Put it in, man. But he had demos out on some other bands that he did do. Yes, Keith DeVito.
He was a tour manager of Suffo for like 3 or 4 of the tours.
He also listen. He also filled in for them on a tour in Europe.
That's right.
And he filled in for John Tardy for Obituary. All right,
Jesus.
That's how he wound up meeting Trevor, and we wound up doing Catastrophic on Metal Blade with Trevor from Obituary in the year 2000, because he had filled in for John Tardy on a tour and they became friends. But that's later down that timeline. You might need another episode, dude. I'm an old man. I got a lot.
We want it all, dude. That's the thing. Like, this is why I personally, I know that all of us were, but me personally, very excited about doing this episode, because we always want to talk to the OGs. We are death metal lovers for,
right,
almost 30 years of our lives now. Oh, no, not 30 years of my life, but 20 years of my life. I've really been a solid death metal fan and really digging into the origins of it. So I love hearing all this, dude. We're here for all of it, bro.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's fun. You guys got a great, one of the best ones out there, man.
Thanks, dude.
I appreciate it. I was excited when you guys asked me to come on.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, dude. I told the guys you're coming on, and everyone's like, oh, sick. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Dude. Like, of course. Why haven't we done this earlier?
Who's out there, man? How it works.
No-brainer. Yeah, it was like, oh, Pyrexia. Oh, yeah, fuck yeah, of course.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
So sick. And it's just so fun, dude. Like an album that you haven't listened to in a long time that you like remember in your head. Like, I know what it sounds like and stuff, but when you like put it on again and just rock it, you're like, dude, it hits. It's really
That's
good.
something to do when you get drunk is think of an artist and go on whatever you listen to and like find all their shit. And like, you're like, wow, they did this.
Right.
I've been doing recently, man. It's pretty cool,
I always like to dig. Go for it.
I was gonna say, who's T-Flat?
T-Flat. Oh man. Wow. Is that guy? You see that?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. That's great. Back in the day, man, there was this guy, fucking Tommy T-Flat. Somehow he came into some money. I don't know what the fuck happened. But, he was big into Pyrexia, so we got him like fucking pay. He paid for like Mike's drum set. He bought all kinds of merch for us to sell and everything. He was like a big supporter back in the day. T-Flat. T-Flat.
That's what's up, dude.
Yeah.
And now that we're saying this, I gotta tell you that in my response from Maddie, he was like, tell Chris I said to up that bounce, dude. What is that? Up that bounce, dude.
I don't know, man.
He's like,
it must be must be his like slang that he's got now. Wherever he's living.
Is that slam talk? Is that slam lingo that we don't know in the tech death community?
Up that bounce.
Dude.
That's a trip. I mean,
Yo, we were just in LA, man. And they were all speaking some crazy shit. I thought I was in an episode of I thought it was fucking training day or something, man. I thought motherfucker was gonna ask me to get my shit pushed in. I swear to you, man. Some homies were coming up talking all kinds of wacky shit, man. I was like, all right, I see, all right,
whatever. Oh my god.
But it
Dude.
worked out good, man. Yo,
So-
shout out. Yo, let me see.
Do you remember where you were like coming? Because I know that like the whole breakdown thing that comes from like the kind of Long Island shit. So good. Long Island, like the whole like like East Coast shit. Like I remember like I've told the story before on the podcast before when I was I had some friends in the I didn't know slam was a genre yet. This is like 2005 or 6 or something like that. And they're like, hey, it's Devourment's playing. We're playing with them with Guttural Secrete and stuff. We want to. Like you want to drive out with us? And I was like, fuck yeah, I'll go check it out in Fresno. And they're like, it's a slam show. And I was like, a slam show? Like I remember hearing that term for the first time. I was like, I didn't understand. Like when did that term become like something that you knew and be like a genre? I will be
honest. And again, Cerrito will attest to this. Back in the day, we used to say, we used to try to write around the slam. We would call it slam, all right? But we didn't call ourselves slam. You know what I'm saying? So slam dancing can go back to the 80s with slam that I think that's where it originates, is that a part that's going to make people dance. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So then it became a genre at a certain point, which again, don't get me started. I don't like splintering things like that. Let's just
it's a rat race.
God bless it. Right. Let's just write music. Whatever's good is good. Right. Whatever you enjoy.
Totally.
And let's just enjoy. I guess it's a genre. Cool.
Because I remember I was like completely tripped out by it because I was odious and decrepit and stuff, and there was like they started doing this during the breakdown, like the heavy parts. And it was everyone except me, because I was like, I didn't know. Like I was like, I know the Devourment guys. I didn't know this was a move that everyone, the whole except me. I was like, do I have to do
that?
this
I mean,
too?
guys are doing push-ups at our shows now. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick, dude. I would love for this to happen. Guy is asking, can he call in, dude? Can somebody send him a link? He can pop in right now.
That'd be sick.
Joel, that would be fucking
Joel,
rad.
you got it?
Hey, Hey, Guy, you're on Facebook, right? Yeah, I talk to you all the time.
He said that.
That'd be so rad to have him on.
Joel's got you. Yeah, that'd be great.
But yeah, that it is literally a style,
dude,
a genre of death or subgenre of death metal that came from
now it is
and Suffo's breakdowns.
Yeah.
Chris, have you seen the bands where they like when they do breakdowns, they do the cockroach on their back?
Yep. I seen that. I also think I like is the row in the boat. Like you guys will get together.
Oh yeah,
fucking do that.
Yeah. That's like a European thing.
Yes, right? I was gonna say that's a European thing.
That's
dude.
right.
Yeah.
Sure. I love that.
Shit's so funny.
It's so cool, man. I love it. I love all of it, man. I don't.
That's innovation right there. I think.
Yeah. There's almost people. That's another thing is people having fun. We joke around like we're a circus. We joke around like we're gonna start juggling on stage, because we really do look at it as like when we do go to entertain and have fun, and you gotta have a good time, man. You can't take it too seriously. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have fun and make sure everybody there is having fun. And
laughing is fucking great, man. I mean, everyone's like, it's the fucking reason why we all hang out. It's like
we can't get to sleep in the hotel afterwards. It's like that. We're like little schoolgirls giggling and laughing. And when the lights go out, forget it. That's when the giggling starts. It's ridiculous.
And and you know what's funny is that doing this 100 episodes now, we've talked to dudes who have played with the serious bands, the guys who are just fucking super serious about their shit, and they're the worst people to hang out with.
Absolutely.
You're not
gonna get away with it with us. If you're serious with us like that, we're gonna break.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna have fun. You're gonna have a slice of pizza. You're gonna have a beer. You're gonna joke around, and that's it. Stop. We're here to have fun.
That was always a trip. I mean, because we played with like seriously, like behemoths. We've played with a bunch of times and stuff, and they're just like serious backstage. And
I'm
we're just
serious about death metal. I take it very serious.
Yeah. Once you're on stage, yeah.
But I'm serious about also having fun with my friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a cultural thing. I think they're just like, I remember I've told this story a couple times with like Samus and stuff and us. Like we're about to play like Neurotic Death Fest, I think it was, and I remember Behemoth was backstage. They were headlining. It was like Decrepit, Hate Eternal, Behemoth was the last three, and like they were backstage. Like the Behemoth guys were like pissing themselves, like, but they were serious.
They were peeing their pants on purpose.
Yeah.
Just like I'm setting it up to where I have urine all dripping down my legs before I go out.
Speaking of peeing your pants on purpose, we have Guy Martian.
Yeah, dude. It
Look at this motherfucker. You stink?
Stink.
Guy, dude. How are you, brother?
I'm good. I was trying to figure out how to do this on my iPad, but I couldn't fucking do it.
Dude, it's
How
working
y'all
great
doing
right
down
now,
there?
dude.
You got a monster? What are you drinking?
Y'all playing
you
rock
drinking?
and roll banging.
Are you drinking a naughty light or naughty ice too?
I'm
dude?
drinking Bud Lights.
There you go.
Okay.
What the hell is
Like
that can? That's a Bud Light?
It's
What?
more manly than me
That's a
drinking
Bud
a
Light
seltzer.
can.
Dude,
South Carolina, man.
Hey,
How's
we're
South Carolina
rescuing
treating you?
Get him on here.
How
thought
do I
he
get
was
this bigger
South
on my
Carolina?
phone? Do I turn it sideways?
Boom.
Oh, there we
Look
go.
at
that works. That works.
Booming.
That's better.
He's out in the garage.
Yep.
Just finished up a project on the.
You
on
want
the
to know a
bike.
story?
Damn,
You wanna
that's a
know a story? Yo,
nice.
Guy Marshall,
Damn, dude.
he bought my motorcycle.
No, that's
Is that the
not it
motorcycle?
though.
I sold it to him.
Yeah, that was the Sportster. This is the Fat Boy.
All right.
You flipped it?
Nice,
I
dude.
flipped it
Fucking
over
got
the
the fat
guy.
boy.
Yeah, no, that bike was sick though.
God damn, man, it's been a fucking long time since we talked.
Give
So
me a
are
good
you
deal.
still playing fucking guitar? I know you have the itch. I keep seeing you posting on there about you want to
Yeah.
jam again.
I'm still playing. I got
No way.
I'm into that neural DSP shit right now.
He ain't
Okay,
playing
okay.
nothing. He
I
ain't
am.
playing nothing.
I am. This
Playing
year
Nintendo.
alone, I bought like fucking 5 Fenders.
Yeah, he buys a lot of equipment. Yo, that's something Guy's been doing since I know him. He buys, man. Buys, man. He had Tascam recorders, video recorders, guitars. He loves buying CB radios. You ask him,
Yeah.
he likes
Yeah.
to buy. You ain't played though.
No,
Oh,
I play every day. Actually, I've been playing every day now for about 2 months.
2 months.
Nice,
No,
dude.
I
2
mean,
months.
I would play usually like every so often, but after cancer and shit, I didn't have.
Oh, don't you dare use that. Don't you dare bring the C word in.
Dude,
Look at
wait,
him.
what's up with this thing? There we go.
Cancer. You
I didn't
beat that
have.
shit. It's
I
over.
didn't
That
have
was
the
3
fucking
years ago.
energy. Seriously, I didn't have the fucking energy, and I would play, but not as often as I do now.
Yo,
I'm playing a lot now. I'm
You
playing
son
like
of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
I'm playing
way
like
before
almost every
cancer.
day, man.
All
I
right,
got a
all
lot
Way
of-
before cancer.
Wait. Guy,
Chris.
what's your favorite song to play, dude?
Why
Right
is
now.
this thing all backwards.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Why does it keep putting me off to the side there?
I don't know.
All right.
Fucking
Well,
old
anyway.
man.
We see you. We see
Yeah,
you.
we see you fine. Yeah, it's all good.
Sweet Home Alabama, yeah.
No, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing because he actually like nailed it. Is that true?
What?
Yeah.
Sweet Alabama?
We played that in Texas.
Yeah, I've been playing that forever.
That's what's up, dude. No, I'm not knocking that. I want to know, like, are you getting metal with your riffing in the last
No.
couple of months? Nah.
Can
No,
we
I'm not
post
playing-
music
I'm
up
not-
here?
What?
Can we post music up here?
If it's copyrighted, we get
No, like
flagged
songs that
on
me and Guy
YouTube.
have.
But fuck it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you can. You can definitely, if you have a link to it, I can definitely play it.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
with a bunch of my solo shit on it, which is like old, but it's shitty. It's not metal.
God, I mean,
you got Viva La Revolution?
That's not on there, I don't think. But I got some. I got some fucked up.
I'm telling
shit.
you, we used to spend hours, late nights writing
Yeah.
some fucked up shit, man. He's got most of the tapes, man. He sent me some couple of fucking shits the other day,
That's
maybe like a
fucked up.
couple months ago, but it's good, man.
That
Oh,
fucking that fucking hair metal song we have is
Yeah.
fucking
Classic.
shotgun.
I was going through a breakup, man. And I was like fucking really hurting over this girl, man. And he just
Since we're hanging out on the Cali Death podcast, you guys gotta at least give that to Casey, Joel, and I, dude. I gotta hear that, dude.
I want those business cards too.
Yes, I want a business card.
They're up
for
there.
Sure.
Not
I
that
was big on them. He had stationery too. He's big on stationery. He had a lot of stationery.
You got a Suffo stationery, bro?
Oh, we have
Like
Pyrexia stationery.
I can write letters to people on Suffo stationery, dude. I'll handwrite letters to you guys if
Calligraphy, dude.
You know what I do have? Chris knows this. I got the yellow demo covers.
Just covers though.
The Pyrexia yellow demo covers.
Just the covers.
Yeah, the original ones that were printed back then. I
but
have
never
the
folded up
back
for
of
the tapes.
Bootleg.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop bootleg.
Is it bootleg if
Damn,
it's
dude.
made by one of the dudes in the band, though?
I don't know. Yeah, right.
I mean, all that thing was just a fucking cassette tape, hit record. So I'll just start bootlegging them, sell them on eBay.
Necronomicon.
Yeah.
That was the first song.
Necronomicon.
Yeah.
That was the thing with the drum machine and Daryl.
And Infernal Ascension was on there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe
And there was 3 songs on there actually.
Maybe we'll resurrect that one. Infernal.
Yeah.
That's
You
what's
gotta,
up, dude.
like a fucking Pyrexia show, like hits like South Carolina or whatever. Like you got to get up on stage and fucking just get that back. Like come out for a song or something.
How's that wrist? Cement wrist.
No, yeah. Yeah.
You got cement
right now,
wrist.
definitely. I've told people already, they're like, because Suffolk just came around. They played in Spartanburg. It's about 3 hours from here. And I talked to them about getting on stage and playing one song. And I was completely honest with them. I told them, what?
A slow song.
No. I told them, I told Hobbs, I was like, dude, if I'm gonna ever play any of this shit again, I need to like sit down and practice every single day for like 3 months just to get back something, because it's fucked up. It's fucked up, man. You gotta be. It's like a fucking workout. Death metal's a workout. You gotta be playing it every fucking day, or you're just shot.
Yeah, you start getting cramped up in your fucking forearms.
Yeah, I'm shot right now for death metal. Play some shit. Believe me, I can play some shit. I got a lot of songs that I've been writing, but not death metal.
You got firecrackers?
Mm.
You got a Roman candle?
Yeah, I remember a guy on tour, dude. The fucking the bird calls, man. Like I probably won't show up on. Like your fucking bird whistles and shit.
Do the cricket.
It's fucking.
Yeah. We were just talking about that.
Dude, totally.
Oh my god, so
Chris,
good.
Chris, but like I saw that you posted you're going to be on here. I was like, I want to watch, man, because honestly, seriously, brother, I love the new Pyrexia. It's fucking awesome.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
Fucking
that.
sounds great, dude.
I love you.
Oh yeah, dude.
Production is fucking amazing. It's like something Chris knows. That's what we've been looking for since when I was in the band. Even when I was in Suffolk, is every album. It's like you're chasing that fucking good sound, man. And the only time that I've heard that good sound with me in any band was on Pinnacle.
Yes.
And then the next album, I feel like they even topped it.
No, Pinnacle was better. And Pinnacle made me go to Zeus because I did Unholy Requiem.
Yeah.
It was with Zeus because I thought Pinnacle was dope.
Yeah.
But then I'm going to be honest. When I heard Analepsy, that's what made me go to Demigod. I heard Analepsy and I thought their production, they're not, not my favorite band, but the production.
What the fuck does Analepsy mean?
Okay, I was just gonna say, I can tell you right now that
You want to know, dude.
I
have no clue what Analepsy is, and I'm not trying to put them down.
No, hey, they got 1 million views.
Hey,
Hey, I'm not saying that it's a bad band. I'm just asking, what the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. Hey, what does Pyrexia mean? This guy fuck this guy right here. See him right here? It's his fault that I gotta be stuck with that name my whole goddamn life.
Hey, I can tell you,
You think I want that name? Pyrexia? What the fuck is that? I gotta be Tupperware? That's his fault. He wanted that shit, not me.
I'll tell you how I came up with
Oh, dude, no way.
Oh my god.
I'm stuck.
Isn't it like loss of breath or something like that?
No. I'll tell you exactly how I came up with
I have to piss.
I don't care how you came up with it.
Joel's gonna pee his pants. You better go.
Let's hear it.
I was at Tower Records, and they used to have all the cassette tapes, and then they were switching over to CDs, but they'd be in alphabetical order from left to right. And I was like, we need to have a name that's like somewhere in the middle. So when you're walking down the aisle, it's like right there. It's in the middle. So I was like, P is a good letter. So all I did was look in the dictionary, and I came across Pyrexia, and it said abnormal body temperature. And I was like, all right, fuck it.
Abnormal body temperature.
And you had Daryl backing you up.
Mm-hmm.
That was the problem.
I mean, it was just me and Daryl at first.
I mean,
my garage. I still have those 4-track demos upstairs in my fucking attic.
it's a catchy word, bro.
You got
It
an attic?
rolls off your tongue.
I think it's a cool
Very
name.
nice. Yeah.
It was actually Wallace before Daryl. Wallace that was in fucking Internal Bleeding. It was just me and him in my garage.
That's another thing people don't know is Wallace. Maybe some people know Wallace, the original singer for Internal Bleeding. He used to come down. He was friends with Guy. He used to be at our studio. He drew the logo.
Yeah.
He drew our demo cover. He was just used to come and hang out at our studio, and
Not Sermon of Mockery.
Liturgy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he drew the demo
And the logo. Yeah.
and the logo.
It's fucked up. And then his house burnt down with the latest version of the logo that we was all supposed to see, because he drew the logo. And we're like, that's sick. Make it better. And he did another one, and then he did a third one. And the third one's the one that everybody sees. But there was a fourth one, but his fucking apartment burned down, and he said the logo got burnt up.
Oh, fuck.
And he was drawing that shirt too. Remember that shirt he was drawing with the crucifix?
Yeah.
He had a good shirt that was coming out, and it just all got gone.
Dude,
Mm.
it's a Long Island family, Chris, because I actually met you. You were jamming with Mortuary, and I was jamming with
Suffo.
I'm not gonna call it Suffo. We called it Suffo, but it really wasn't Suffo.
Right.
It was Mullen and Josh.
Mullen, Josh. Oh, that's right. Josh was on bass. Mullen, Josh, you, and Todd.
No, yeah, Josh, me, and Todd, and it was Brian Kootner.
Kootner, yeah.
But Kootner, we jammed with him like once or twice, and then Mortuary, you guys broke up, I guess, because of something on your chin.
I will sit on my chin.
And then Smith jammed with us one time, and to be quite honest with you, man, I felt like I couldn't really play the shit. I was like, you know what? So I left, and
Nobody could.
Pyrexia, and then they brought over Hobbs.
Hobbs and Cerrito.
They brought Hobbs first.
Hobbs first. Yeah.
Todd was still in there for a couple weeks, and then they brought over fucking Cerrito. But that was the night I met you in the studio. You guys jamming, you blew us away. I was like, this shit's fucking crazy.
Yep.
And
goddamn well did.
Yeah, and then the fucked up thing is, I think when you came over with Bones to the Pyrexia rehearsal, I don't know if you remember this, but I do have video of it. Not of you there, but Chris Richards is the guy I met in Tower Records, and I got him in Pyrexia.
Yes, no, he started playing bass with you guys.
Fucked up. And then he was in Suffocation, and then you were in fucking Pyrexia.
Right.
He
couldn't. We love him, but he had a little difficulties in the early days.
Yeah.
Back then we were purists, and we wanted to be like, you had to be amazing at your instrument.
Yeah.
And,
remember who tried out for us?
oh, Chris Pavelis.
Chris Pavelis from Internal Bleeding came and tried out. We're like, no, maybe.
Just so everybody knows that too. Yeah, everybody doesn't realize that. I mean, I don't know who created what or whatever, but Pavelis tried out for Pyrexia in like 1992.
Yeah.
So I don't know how whatever started what or whatever, but that's a fact. He tried out for Pyrexia.
Yeah.
In 1992, guy was there.
I was saying to him, I was like, listen, bro, I'm not trying to say anything, but like, really, how long have you been playing? And I think he said like 6 months.
6 months.
Whoa.
So that's 1992. So I love everybody, but I don't know all these other things I hear. 1992, he came down to our studio and tried out for Pyrexia before Sermon, but after the demo, and had only been playing for 6 months.
Yeah.
True.
And then we tried out this was after Shemansky, actually. We tried out, this is right before Sermon. We tried out I can't remember his name, man, but I'm friends with him on Facebook. Tony's friend.
Oh, Rob Casteria.
Rob, yeah. And then Tony came down and we chose Tony. It was fucked up.
Rob's teching for Life of Agony right now.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And Life of Agony is doing shit again?
Yes, they're just about to do a 30-year tour for River Runs Red.
Wow.
Yep.
Chris, I don't know if you know this, Chris, but no, I know you know this. But Tony wrote one riff on Sermon of Mockery.
At the end, did he?
It was one riff.
You don't get your name on it for one riff. I'm sorry. That was a charity riff. There's charity there. Everybody, I want everybody to feel like a family. You know, hey, come on, put your 2 cents in. But that's not, come on. Let's be honest. Let's be serious here. Yo, let me give some shout outs. I want to give a shout out to fucking
in the
Sal.
shout out area. I just want to say good night, Nicole. Thank you for hanging out with us. She's on.
Yeah, love you, Nicole.
She's out.
Nicole, why are you going to bed? What are you doing? It's nighttime.
It's a Cali girl on East Coast time right now.
All right. Watch the rest of it tomorrow. You can watch this tomorrow or no?
Yeah, definitely.
It'll be up.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say thank you to Sal from the Extermination Fest from LA. Beautiful job, man. Thank you, Sal.
Oh yeah.
I want to say what's up to Miguel from the Chicago Domination Fest. They had us this year. I want to say beautiful, man. Thank you. It was a beautiful time. Pablo from Mutilated Fest. He's got it this weekend, Friday and Saturday. He asked us to play Saturday for the after party, but my drummer's going to Jamaica. Can't do it. But I want everybody to come to Brooklyn this Friday and Saturday for Mutilation Fest.
What venue?
Oh, I think it's going to be at the Kingsland on Friday and the Sovereign. No, the Sovereign on Friday and the Kingsland on Saturday, or vice versa. You guys can check it out if you go to the website. Mutilated Festo, Pablo, love them. Immortal Suffering is going to play. I think they're from Colombia. They're going to be as a big deal.
Oh yeah.
And then I want to give Mark for Monster House Dispensary, of course. He's my ninja. He's making those Pyrexia pre-rolls.
Yes.
Got real soon, so I'm really excited about that.
I'd love to get a hold of those, dude.
Eric DiCarlo of Square Up fucking Studios. I mean, I don't know if you know him. He's been doing our videos and a lot of people's videos in the scene, and the guy's just phenomenal. I just want to give a shout out to him because he's done great work for us. And we have new videos coming out, and he's going to be producing them. And he's just great. But that's it. What else we got? I just want to make sure I got that in there because I promised people.
No, for sure, dude. That's all good.
Oh yeah.
Guy was gonna go into something. I forget what you guys were trying to get him to go into.
Take a piss. I'll be right back.
Go for it.
I was gonna go into what
trying to get Guy into a band, dude, and start jamming again. Jesus Christ, dude.
I'm not a fan, but it ain't gonna be death metal. I'm gonna say whatever I fucking feel like it.
So what would be your style right now? If you were to your ultimate dream jamming whatever scenario, what would it be right now?
I don't have a dream band. I just want to play whatever I fucking feel at that moment. Sometimes it's fast. But lately I've been fucking vibing on single coil Fenders and playing in bluesy shit. Like a lot, like original shit. I'm not doing covers and shit. I'm just making up shit, and I like it. So
I remember I worked at Guitar Center in 2011. I remember because I was pure metal. I was metal, and then the kind of guitar purists, whatever, from a different generation showed me a lot of the Telecasters and a lot of the Fenders and a lot of the things, and I was like, these things are fucking sick. They had a twang to them, they had a bite to them. That I was like, this is something I've always kind of pushed off because I'm like, oh, it's not metal, so I'm not going to do it. But they have this beautiful tone to them, a beautiful feel to them,
Yeah, they got. It's a single coil sound, man. I've always had a Fender Strat, even when I was about Suffo the whole time. I have a 2000 American made, and I've had it forever. But that's the only one I had. And then I have all these other guitars, I have ESPs and BC Rich, and I have some Music Man Petrucci's, shit like that. But then this year alone, I bought 4 more fucking Fenders. One of them I bought all the parts, and I built a David Gilmour from Pink Floyd.
Oh, fuck. God damn.
How fucking sick, and it plays nuts. And then I just bought an American, some white guitar. I don't even play it. I bought it because I was going to modify it, but then I wound up buying this Mexican Fender Strat from 2000 on eBay, paid $600 for it, and I was going to turn that into some shit, but now that one's just sitting on the shelf. But the last one I just bought was the Japanese 1993, and it fucking plays better than any fucking guitar I've had.
Yeah.
This Japanese Fenders from that time are amazing. So I don't know.
That's awesome.
Real quick, is that Chris's notifications or?
No, that's me.
All right.
But yo, I want to say one thing, because we're not saying one thing. Out of all this history and everything, I got to say one thing. There's been two constants in New York death metal through this entire thing. Other than I got to say myself, Terrence Hobbs. We're not talking about Terrence Hobbs enough. All right, Terrence Hobbs is the first person that I ever played guitar with. All right, Terrence Hobbs, like myself, has never stopped playing since he's 16 years old.
Yeah.
Turn those notifications off.
Sick.
Anthony. He has never stopped.
I love Terrence and I love you, but turn those fucking notifications.
I don't know how to do
that. He's all Terrence Hobbs, and those notifications have never stopped.
Things in life has never stopped. These notifications are Terrence Hobbs. But yo, he is the godfather, guru. I genuflect to Hobbs. There's only one person I would genuflect to in New York death metal. It's Hobbs.
Straight up, dude.
I want to just give props to him.
Fully agree, dude.
He's recognized because
and he's a great fucking dude. I mean, he was on our 50th episode, and I'd love to have him on. Now that he knows how our show works, maybe he'll come on longer because he only gave us an hour, but maybe you guys can put it in a good word like, yo, we go long on this show, but come back on, dude. We want to talk about more.
Hang out. Yeah, he's got a lot of stories. He's got a lot to tell you.
Oh, yeah. No, he's fucking
been there
full of stories
for everything. And that's
so, Guy, I want to ask you real quick now that you're on, dude, and life is life, dude. And obviously you've had your fucking journey that you've been on. I know that you still love death metal. What was it that made you not want to play it anymore?
All right. So I moved to South Carolina, and I was still doing the band, traveling up to New York to fly out to wherever. And I just basically just was sick of traveling, sick of all the flights. You know, I mean, it's death metal. It wasn't getting anywhere for the whole time I was in it. Like it was somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not complaining. I had a great time. I saw a lot of places, but I was just at the point where it was like sick of flying, but I still would have done it. Here's the kicker. I met my wife down here. I got married.
Aha.
I'm not blaming the reason why I quit, but here's the thing. Like I quit and I felt good. I felt relaxed when I quit, but it's a good thing that I did quit, because I quit. I didn't do anything for like 2 years down here. After I quit, I was just living the life.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? Let me get a fucking job. And I got a job. I got a regular fucking job. And luckily I did, because that was in 2017. I got the job beginning of 2017. And I had health insurance. And by the end of 2017, I was like, and I was lucky that I had health insurance.
Right.
Let's
The bill.
talk about some music.
Oh, the bills that you
talking about the healthcare system in America.
Hey, no.
We're going in the ground.
Check him out. No, I know where he's going with this, and now I would like
Chris is like, no,
I want to hear it.
This is where we differ.
I was able to look to see how much it was costing the health provider and all that shit. It was way up over $300,000. Just this is fucking nuts. Like, and I never had health insurance my whole life, but whatever. I got it. I'll quit my job tomorrow though and have no health insurance. I don't give a fuck. I'm fucking done with it.
Yeah.
So
no,
down.
No, it's not bringing it down. I actually wanted to go to that just because it's like, I know Chris is jabbing you in the ribs right now because you guys grew up together.
Arm unit.
Yeah, but it was a move that actually was preemptive to what you would eventually have to face, dude.
Yeah, I mean, look, if I was still in suffocation at the end of 2017, I still would have probably been diagnosed with the shit, and I would have been pretty fucking screwed. So it all worked out. There was a reason for it, I guess. I don't, you know, I don't know.
Totally. So, okay. And I know you went through a long, hard fucking road with all that shit, dude. And we don't have to get into too much of it unless you want to. You can totally talk to us about.
Be quite honest with you. The chemo I took pretty fucking well, and it wasn't that hard.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything though. I would just sit on the phone for 6 months while going through chemo, and you know, there's a thing called Neulasta, and I'm sure you've seen the commercials for it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Thing they put on your fucking arm, and it boosts your white blood cells when you're going through chemo. Some people need it, and I needed it, and it boosted my white blood cells. The thing is, it would inject you the day after chemo automatically, and it made me fucking so sick, like just for that one day, and it was horrible. I would get pains in my fucking hip. Like it's crazy. I don't wish it on anybody, but it sucked. But I got through it and I'm fine. So fuck it.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. You're here fucking
Awesome,
partying
man.
with us today, dude.
Yeah.
And that's fucking.
Yeah.
I'm super glad for that.
That's right.
Now my question is though, yeah, the tour, the traveling and all that shit. That's one thing, but what made you stop playing death metal? Just the what it
I'm laughing because I'm a death metal band and I left the band, so I wasn't playing death metal anymore. I'm not trying to.
So after that, you still don't play death metal riffs at home?
I played death metal riffs. I played.
Okay.
I'm not Pyrexia. I played Pierce from Within the other day. I was just playing through it.
There you go. That's what I wanted to know. I don't care if you're actually in a band, but if you still are fucking shredding those songs.
I'm not shredding them. I'm gonna be honest with you, because in order to really play them to their full potential, those songs and the Sermon of Mockery songs that I still fuck around with a little bit, you need to be playing fucking every day for fucking. I would need to practice. I'm not kidding. A few hours, maybe 2-3 hours every day for a few months, maybe 3 months, in order to be playing like that again. Like,
yeah.
Not that I can't. I can shred some shit. I can go in there and play some fucking shit.
Where's that?
But it's not death metal. I have a little lab. Get my little fucking.
He's gonna take us to his lab.
See your studio, bro.
I see pickaxes and ropes and shit. I'm not seeing any gear. Where's he taking us?
He's taking us into the basement.
Where we going?
Hold on, it's dark in here. My wife's
We'll
sleeping.
wake up the wife.
My wife's sleeping.
His volume went significantly lower. He's like, the wife is sleeping. Dude.
All right.
By a candle.
He's taking us.
Oh, we got a music symbol.
what's
Oh,
up?
Hey, all right.
This is good news. This is all good news.
Over here, a little setup with neural DSP plugins, and then I got the guitars on.
Oh,
all right.
Nice.
The museum.
Yeah, the museum. This is what I'm talking about all the time. Japanese men.
Chris is like, he goes in there with the feather duster every now.
Is it?
Nice, dude.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
nice.
sick. That's
Dude,
sick.
It's all nice.
this makes me fucking super happy, dude.
All the Sepultura shit. Hell yeah.
Dope, dude.
Nice.
And
Look at that, dude.
There you go.
yeah, got all the shit.
All right.
That's what's up, dude.
And that's where you sleep?
So that no. Watt, 2,000 watt, and I've been using this.
It's frozen, but it's that neural DSP thing, right? Oh, yeah, it is.
Cortex.
Yep. I'm gonna get one of those.
Suffo cabinet.
Yeah, old Vader one.
On top, which fucking sounds awesome.
Man,
dude.
I miss you in Suffo, dude. I mean, obviously Charlie, I love Charlie's fucking rad and stuff, but man, you and Suffo, there's something different. I like watch Suffo now and I see another guy over there and I'm just like, I don't fully.
Hey, you know what?
I love Charlie to death. He's fucking awesome. We've partied a million times. Great. Yeah. But fucking
Did you get it?
Clapping.
Did you get it, Chris? No, he's catching a fly, dude. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Joel,
yeah.
they were calling Charlie Guy 2.0 because he was in Pyrexia. And Suffo now.
Yeah. He's doing the
He's
it's
following
like
your same path. Yeah.
yeah, it's like a college degree of death metal.
Always
He's like,
good guy, and from what I can tell, he's becoming a really fucking sick guitar player. Actually,
yeah, totally. No, he's crushing. He's doing good, but it's like there's something different about even the way you did power chords. Remember, you do power chords like this. You would hold them like this. You wouldn't do like the normal
Between
power
the
chord.
index and the middle, he would.
He would like guy would do the power chords like in his middle finger would be on the fifth, on the power chord, and it was just like you don't remember.
I thought I just I don't know.
No, but you were like super fucking I mean, goddamn, man, that lineup was probably my favorite lineup. I mean,
yep. So when I was doing Pyrexia with Chris, we were on the top of our game. We were playing our shit. When I left Pyrexia in '95, I didn't do anything for 2 years. Internal Bleeding called me up, and I felt rusty as fuck. In 2 years, I was like, I had to try to learn how to play. And being in Internal Bleeding, no offense to Internal Bleeding, but it didn't get me back up to where I was when I was in Pyrexia. And then when Hobbs called me and I joined with Suffo, honestly, Hobbs pushed the hell out of me, man. Hobbs is such a good guitar player. He got me better than I ever was before. And I don't know. He's a good dude, man.
Yeah, no question.
Dude.
Hobbs being the first guitar player I ever jammed with. I mean, think about that. That was my first guitarist I ever worked with.
Yeah, so he was the beacon. He sounds like a beacon to all you
him
guys.
when I was a teenager. It was amazing.
He really is, man.
He made me gave me probably half the chops I had today. I mean, I was playing music, obviously, but I had to play his riffs at a young age, man. So it was great.
Is
Yeah, it's some old riffs, baby.
Yeah.
That's what's up, dude. So you guys, wait, did you guys go to high school together, Guy? Were you at the same high school?
Nope, I didn't go to high school with anybody, actually. Anybody in Pyrexia, Internal Bleeding, or Suffo.
No. He lived 45 minutes an hour away from us. He's good. 45 minutes hour away. Yeah.
Look at all that though. Like, I mean, I know this is the Chris episode, but I'm just gonna say that Guy coming out of from the outside and being a part of all three of the bands you just mentioned, that's a force, dude. That's a force coming. That's a storm coming in,
Yeah, I think even Internal Bleeding was from they were kind of pretty much from Suffolk County, weren't they? Chris Pavelis, isn't he out in Suffolk?
Oh yeah, Pavelis, but not Bill, right?
No, Bill's from Hicksville.
Yeah, that's what I think of.
Yeah.
So, all right.
What else we got?
Let's get back on to you, Chris, a little bit.
Go.
Guy, you're more than welcome to hang out and chime in, dude, but
shut the fuck up.
Sorry to crash the party, Chris.
No, you didn't crash anything, dude.
We love this. This is great.
Yeah, this is perfect. This is us. We're all kicking it at the house, and Chris is here, and then all of a sudden, Guy comes in the room, and he's like, "What up, y'all, dude?" Yeah.
Hey.
Just
exactly.
Me and Chris have done this before on FaceTime. We just sat and chatted.
Exactly, dude, and that's what it's all about, dude. When you make memories with a certain person, and their cherished memories, you always want to be face to face with that person, whether it be on fucking FaceTime or in person, whatever.
Yo, I was at Guy's mom's funeral. I love Guy. I mean, it's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just the rest of my life.
It's family. It's exactly what we were just talking about, dude. You spend a certain amount of time with a person, they become your kin, dude. And that's what's up. And I'm glad that we can sit here with you guys and watch you guys fucking hang out and be a part of the conversation, I'm gonna crack another one. But yeah, dude. So Chris, we talked about sermon, we talked about system was a thing, and then there was the downtime between system and unholy, right?
The downtime between System and Wicked
Wicked, excuse me.
Right. That's when we wound up hooking up with Trevor from Obituary and doing that Catastrophic thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, like I said, Keith had toured with Obituary, filling in for Tardy, and they became friendly. And at the time, I think Obituary was going through a hiatus, or maybe not. I don't know. They weren't jamming. I don't know exactly what was going on, because death metal was still up in the air at that time. Nobody was making big money. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember Trevor saying something to me, which makes beautiful sense. He said his family used to say to him, and again, Obituary now, this is 20 years ago. Obituary now is they were big then, but they're giant now. They're getting huge money. They're doing beyond well. So back then, his family used to say to him, "So when you going to stop with the band and get a career, do something?" And he's like, "Well, when does BB King stop playing blues?" He's like, "When does this is this type of music? You don't stop playing it. It's not something you stop doing it, especially when you're doing it good at it. You know what I'm saying?"
Right.
And it's always been a struggle with, I think, the early death metal bands, especially in the earliest of non-acceptance, with our families thinking that like nothing was going to happen with us, and putting a lot of doubt in our minds, and forcing us to worry about things we shouldn't have worried about. And that's what I think was how Catastrophic was born, because Obituary wasn't doing anything, and Trevor just couldn't stay idle. You know what I'm saying? He just wanted to do something. So he put together the Catastrophic deal, which is basically Pyrexia plus Trevor, and did that Metal Blade album, The Cleansing.
Yeah.
That entire time, I put Pyrexia completely on hold and did nothing.
Yeah, and put it all into that basket.
Yeah, I mean, Trevor from Obituary gives you the tap on the shoulder. You go. I don't care what you think.
Yeah.
I put everything down.
So, and it was your riffs.
I wrote 3 songs on that album.
Okay.
So he wrote, I think, 7 or 6, and I wrote 3. And you could definitely easily tell there's Obituary songs on there, and there's 3 Pyrexia songs on there.
I was gonna say that was one of my earlier, if I would say within the first 100 death metal CDs I purchased, was one of them, and I can totally see how you were a part of that record.
You could tell
Now being a super fan of Pyrexia,
Right. Back then, you just heard a record. You're not thinking about nothing. You just hear riffs.
Yeah, but then you go back and you're like, oh shit, dude, now I put all the fucking pieces together.
Yeah.
And it totally makes sense, dude.
But it was great. I'm blessed to have, these guys an icon, man. I work with icons. I was lucky. Even, like you said, Guy, Hobbs, fucking Smith, Cerrito, fucking Trevor.
Right.
It's all crazy, man. I'm blessed. Like I said, I wasted a lot of years working in Manhattan and doing stupid shit. But unlike Guy, I like flying around and doing shit and taking flights, doing that kind of stuff. But we're back going hard. We're going hard.
That's what's up, dude.
Yeah.
So okay, System, and then Wicked.
So then after Obituary, after Catastrophic
Run, yeah.
Gonna go back with Obituary, and he wasn't really paying much attention to the project. And I was on ice. I had quit my job to do Catastrophic, and nothing was happening. So I basically had to reform Pyrexia, and that's what happened. I basically reached out, got a whole new lineup, got Justin DePinto he did Will to Kill from 11 Creation. He did a bunch of other projects. He's from New Jersey, from Delaware, and brought him into the project. We did the album. Guy did a lead on the album, actually. He was at the studio while we recorded. And we put out the Age of the Wicked. And Age of the Wicked is actually the song title of Jesus Wept. Jesus Wept used to be called Age of the Wicked.
Wow, a little callback, dude.
Yeah, callback. So I named that after that, and like I said, that used to be Jesus Wept.
That's a fun fact right there.
Oh, fun facts,
yeah.
Fun facts all over the place.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus Wept used to be called Age of the Wicked, dude.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Mind
okay.
blown.
Yeah, that is a mind blown thing because you're like it doesn't. It's pyrexia. They you guys all made it together. That's the thing, dude. You guys. That's what's crazy about this whole thing. It's like this whole cauldron. I'm going with the like witches. Like
You said it's 5 or 6 guys. It's me, Guy,
and
Cerrito.
you guys had this whole gigantic pot, and you're like, here's this spice, here's this thing, here's that thing. You guys are all throwing it in there together, you know, and taking out what you created together. I really love that, dude.
A crazy thing Cerrito always talks about is in the mortuary days, you had to like wait online if you had a song because I had songs written, Hobbs had songs written, Cerrito had songs written, Smith had songs written, and even our singer Billy at the time had songs written. So, I mean, I write everything in Pyrexia now. Back then, you had 5 guys that could all write at
Five Guys Burgers.
Like 5 Guys Burgers, baby. We were flipping burgers at. You had to wait online, like Cerrito's next. All right, his song's next. And then, all right, I got to wait for Hobbs before I could present mine because Hobbs has a song that's amazing.
Guess how many guys are on the pod right now?
We got
5 guys, dude.
That's the theme tonight, dude. 5 guys.
Let's
keep this straight.
5 is a clean number.
Thanks, Guy, for bringing us up to 5 guys straight up tonight.
There's only one guy.
Yeah, only one guy for 5 guys.
There is only one guy, dude. Come on.
Hey, why don't you drink Natty Lights, though? Seriously.
He's the guy.
Why do you drink Bud Light?
Because
he's a fucking American.
This is as American as you can get. You get 15. You get 15. Let me explain something to you, all right? Natty Lights, all right? This is, you get 15 beers for $9.
okay.
That's fucking.
What's the problem
steal,
with that?
bro? That's a steal, dude.
I get 12 beers for $7.
I told you earlier. I failed algebra. I
That's
can't figure
$7.
out what's better, dude.
It ain't $7 a 12-pack. It's $10.
Yeah, at Dollar General, right down the street from my house, it is.
Those are South Carolina prices. I'm not talking
Yeah,
about
it is.
I'm not talking about that.
It's void in South Carolina.
That doesn't count. It's void. California, New York, we got to pay.
You gotta fucking pay.
You got to
dude.
fucking pay.
You guys voted for it, so.
Oh, Jesus.
There you go.
I know.
Don't get this guy started. Don't put down that plan.
I know. Don't get him down the politics yet. He'll
No,
go
that's
nuts.
music.
No. We're on the
Strictly
music,
music.
guys.
No, I'm drinking because I don't like diarrhea in the morning. These are 8%. I know this is gonna offend a lot
Those
of people.
give me alien invasion
Claws.
nightmares, dude.
It's
I
8% though. It's
I
like
drink
2 of what you're
4 of
drinking in
those
one.
last
I know.
night.
I know.
Yeah, but I don't fart all like I don't
Why
fart
not
in the
gets me
morning.
out? I
I'm
drank
like-
4 of those things last night, and I had an alien invasion nightmare that was straight up like fucking directed by the best director you could ever.
Let me ask
think
you
of,
guys
dude.
something. Anybody?
Yeah.
You guys in California, right?
Yeah.
Let's get the mushroom bars out there.
I haven't hit a
bars?
mushroom bar, but I eat mushrooms.
No,
I mean, I ate mushrooms.
no, they're not in the dispensaries out there. They don't have the mushroom bars yet.
No, not yet. It's decriminalized. It's not like legal.
All right.
I got
Yeah,
8
those two
grams of mushrooms in the fridge right now that I got
That
to
works
dry.
too. That works too.
I went and saw
Allegedly.
Roger. I went and saw Roger Waters a couple of weeks ago. It was like all on mushrooms and shit, and it was like it was cool. But he was like, I know I want to see guy is gonna be like, God damn it,
God, what are you saying over there? What are you mumbling?
I could tell. No, he
Take it or leave
he was.
Get off my lawn.
It was like a newscast of politics the whole time. I was like, God damn it, why?
1776.
Yeah. I was like, Jesus, dude, why is he going like he's going deep on the politics? And I'm like, I came here to escape politics.
No,
I didn't want to.
God loves his politics. Don't kick guys.
I know. I'm not
What?
trying to get him started. I know he loves it.
We're gonna stick with
guy.
I love politics. Yeah, now.
I know. Look at your shirt. Look at that shirt.
Now,
Jesus
back in the
Christ.
day, I didn't so much.
See that
But you
gorilla
got old,
behind
dude. You got old. You said,
Yeah.
that's like what you got to
Hey.
do now.
Hey, by the way, back to Pyrexia. Let's talk about
Cool.
the first time
Nice.
Pyrexia went to Texas. Let's talk about Padre Island.
Padre Island.
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
Fucking down there where we were all tripping on acid.
Oh shit! We
Ooh,
definitely
nice.
should on this, dude. All I know is about that was that you ran off into a field,
Right, yeah.
dude, like a bullet. like a
See
fucking
that?
bullet. I'm serious. All of a sudden,
You remember that?
I do remember that.
I still got it.
Where's that from?
That's from the first Texas trip.
Yeah. Man gave me his license plate because I wanted a Texas license plate.
You don't understand.
We were all tripping.
You don't know what a mark that trip left on us. The first trip. My God.
Yeah. No, those psychedelic trips back in the day, man. Those to this day, I still fucking reminisce and I recall like things that have happened in the like on that trip. You know,
Joyce. That's right. It was Joyce.
Bonamassa?
Yeah. It was Joyce. That's why you were tripping out.
No, I wasn't with Joyce when I was down there.
I remember you running.
I wasn't with Joyce when we were in fucking Texas.
I remember.
I
Yes.
don't remember who I was with actually.
dude. East Coast people like
I remember
are the most entertaining. Like just to get them together, like and just have them talk. It's like some of the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Just like fucking Joyce, you know, fucking and they, it's like literally like you guys are fucking ruling it. I love it.
I wish Guy was here right now.
Tanner.
What's up, Tanner? Crystal. Tanner and Crystal.
Fucking Crystal.
I
You
love them both,
ruined my life.
I remember these girls, these people made impressions on us for life.
Well, that's obviously now that we're talking about it. It's like
I wish you could hear the song that we have that we wrote. Listen, we went to Texas. We wrote this song. It's like 15 minutes long, dude. That I wish I could play for you right now, man. 15-minute song.
That's what's up, dude.
It's not 15 minutes though.
It is.
Are you talking about the Texas song?
The Texas song.
It's
15 minutes long, dude.
Shotgun.
No, the Shotgun song is only 3 minutes long.
The Shotgun song could be a hit still today.
Shotgun could be a hit. I want to hear it, dude.
It's not. It's metal, but it's not death metal.
Dude, I listen to this so much more than death metal.
You know what? I'm gonna digitize it maybe tomorrow.
You should.
And I'm gonna post it on Facebook.
Put in the comments for these people.
So this song that we're talking about, the Shotgun song.
Yeah.
I had a 4-track recorder.
No,
I might have done it on
you didn't have it. It was Haynes's.
No, that
fucking
song,
Haynes.
Yeah, that song though I think is. But I got that from Haynes. I bought that from him.
That was Haynes's.
That Tascam I bought from him. But either way, however we recorded it, but I recorded all this music and programmed these drums, and I had this fucking crazy hook and all this shit. And I was like, Chris, listen to this. And he's like, oh shit. He grabbed the mic and he fucking sang whatever was on the top of his head.
Yes.
At that moment.
Yes.
And I recorded it. Didn't hit stop. The only thing we did is I went back and did some backing vocals on whatever he did. And he made up the lyrics and everything on the spot. And you would be like, holy fuck, that sounds like a fucking song.
Freestyling. Back then, you had to be good at
everything.
You had to be fucking good. It
was fucked up.
Music was different.
Still fucked up.
Yeah, it was great. It was fun.
That's what's up, dude. Well, I actually recently was talking to Casey about this. I mean, you could take that back to jazz too, where there's open sections of jazz songs that jazz bands play where they literally give one person the floor to just open up and freestyle. You know, whether it be the guitar player, the bass player, the drummer, they all get their section. Or you could take that, you know, later on to hip hop and the MC spitting off the dome and all this kind of shit. But I really appreciate improv in general, whether it be music or comedy or whatever you can. The things that happen in the moment that
organic.
A professional that it has, or a seasoned veteran that just has the skills to be able to conjure something great out of that moment with no preparation. And it could be something that none of us would ever come up with in the moment, even that person.
Nope.
You know, if
I mean,
that
a lot of the riffs and stuff, though. I mean, from a lot of these bands are just they start on like an improv and then they build on the improv. You know, it's like
You used to,
so-
God, remember you used to take the smoke machine and really fucking blast out the smoke machine.
Dude,
in the
we
practice.
would go play the Roxy and they had a curtain.
I love it.
And we would fucking get
East
the
Coast
smoke
stories.
machines going before the curtain opened. And it would be filled to the fucking
Oh, but even
ceiling
in the
with smoke.
studio, even in Spotlight, we used to do it we used to go to Mesh and go
Yeah.
back in Spotlight, back to Spotlight and
Mesh.
blast that smoke machine on fucking full blast.
Oh my God, Mesh. Remember the two old dudes?
Of course, that's us, dude. That's us now, man. We said it was gonna happen. We used to go. There was these two.
How do you guys not have a fucking podcast yet? Jesus Christ.
There was two old motherfuckers.
That's what
yo.
we should do.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'd be
my God.
fucking awesome. Dude.
Why
That'd
not?
Be awesome. Yeah, I
crazy.
love it.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm looking for that song right now on my iPad. Hold on.
Can you play it in the background, man?
I'm looking for it. I know I have it here.
I don't know how good it'll sound because we're
Probably
fucking
sound like
terrible
gold.
at audio technology.
Let me see
Every
I know-
time that we have somebody play something else, it always ends up being a
And
disappointment.
I want to hear guy like see if he can like make this sound good. It looks like it's like what's his Twitch? What's his Twitch stuff? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. I never been on Twitch. I don't know what the fuck it is. I thought it was a fucking. I thought Twitch was something to do with gaming and shit.
It
No,
is,
it was, and it
but
is.
now it's starting to lean into the music.
All right, what's this?
Oh, that's Texas. This is the intro. It's like 15 minutes long.
I love this.
Dude, we're like fucking children.
I
We're
love
children.
this, dude. I love this so much.
I'm going back. That's right. The Lone Star, baby. I'm going back. Back where? Yes, Rob. Texas. Motherfucking Texas. Texas. Motherfucking Rob.
That's crazy.
Where'd it go? Motherfucking Texas, dude.
Motherfucking Texas.
That
Yo,
was great.
Dude, that was actually I
it goes deep.
truly-
You have no idea what the road it goes down. It goes so
and when we laugh, I'm not laughing at it in a bad way.
It's
I'm
meant to laugh.
literally am like, dude, I love the fact that we're hearing this right now. Because who else has heard this right now? No
All
one's
right.
heard
We
this
have
right
to
now.
be quiet. I'm gonna hear for a second.
All right,
It's
sorry.
getting heavier.
Can you hear this? This is Chris singing, by the way, when it comes up.
On this cold and rainy day, how long must I wait for you? Wait for you. I wait for you. Wait for you.
you can't hear it.
And I wonder
Can't hear it?
how long must
I can hear it.
I can hear it.
passing by. I can't seem to realize it's over. It's over for now. But I just can't forget what we've been through. So now
All right, here's the hook, and then I'll stop it.
my misery drives me insane.
Yo, but the bottom line is back then we lived and not you stopped, and I'm mad at you. And I tell him right now, I'm mad at him. I live music all day, all night. I do.
No,
We
that's
lived
what's up,
music
dude.
all day, all night back then.
If I had my
was my
fucking high
partner
school
All day, all
band,
night, all afternoon.
if I had my high school band on lock right now, where I had an audio track and I play it, I would play it right after that and be like, "You guys are doing it way better." You know what I'm saying?
It was fun, man. It still is fun.
That's what it's all about, dude. And the fact that we're kicking it together with you guys to rehash these memories that you both have, dude, like that's more important than anything, dude. Literally, you have another person that cherishes these certain times in their lives together. It doesn't matter what you guys were doing, whether it be something shitty or not. You guys have this. I'm not saying that it was shitty. I'm just saying, like, you have these core memories that you both, two humans, have
Yes.
with each other.
Yep.
That's the main thing.
That's why I never like. That's why it's like I get mad at Guy because I want to see him keep doing this because I know.
Me too.
You know, this is the way to
No,
be
seriously.
because, like I said, I always bring up Sean because Sean is like-minded with me and he's been on this journey with me for 11 years now. And it's just, once you do this, I don't see another way of being fulfilled like what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get to talk to you guys, dude. If I'm not hanging out with you guys right now in a normal world, what am I doing?
Exactly,
I'm either in bed,
dude.
or I'm fucking watching TV. I don't want to watch Dharma. I don't give a fuck about Dharma. You go watch. You go fucking watch.
We
Dharma.
already did our did our due diligence on Dahmer. We've been doing death metal for decades, dude.
I mean, like, as far as like,
as
far as like turning this podcast into a fucking reason for a guy to keep making music. I mean, goddamn, like going on tour with fucking Suffocation and stuff and watching those guys play, how professional and cool and shit they were. I would like sit there and just stare at fucking Guy and Terrence, just be like, "Fuck, dude,
aside
these guys
of
are
who's
fucking
in
crushing
the
it."
chat, aside from who's watching
Guy was
this
in the
right
wrong
now,
state of mind. Guy was in the wrong state of mind. I think he's maybe different now, hopefully. But
I know Chris is involved. We got 4 guys plus Guy that are telling Guy. There's so many guys in that sentence. That dude, Guy, you did so much in your time with Suffo for us personally that we're just saying, hey, dude, we still remember you, bro. Like, you can come back whenever you're ready, dude, and we'll be right here, dude.
That's crazy.
We'll be right here,
I
dude.
thought this was about Chris.
No, but
you are.
I was just piggybacking what Joel just said.
Chris,
you are me, dude.
I was just piggybacking what Joel.
But the thing is, Chris is doing it though, guy. Like, you're not doing it,
and we're not.
You know
we're
what I mean?
not saying come back if you don't want it. But hey, dude.
No, but I mean, you're a great
here.
musician, man. I remember like literally just being like, a child in the scene, like watching, like.
Yeah.
Luckily, we got to tour with you guys so many times. But I was like, and by the way, I was taking a piss recently. And recently within the last 30-45 minutes, but it reminds me of the story, actually, Guy. I want to talk to you about it because on one of the first episodes, it was Discover Birth, and there was a story that was fucking it's a clip on there that, like, me and Matt, we talk about this all the time, where it's me, you, and Muhammad and Matt in a circle, like, and
I know
Muhammad's
what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say.
And Muhammad's like chunking on his guitar. He's all jun, and the crowd's like, bah! Like going nuts. And he's like got his wireless thing. And he's like doing the little sound check. And Guy just walks up. And he's just all like, hey, Muhammad, dude. Like, you see this guy Matt right here? He's like way sicker than you, dude. He's like one of the best. And like,
I did see that. I do. I remember that. Matt's a fucking sick guitar player, man.
Yeah. He was like, this guy's way sick. And like,
shout out Matt Cicello, dude.
Oh no, Matt. Yeah, Matt actually
homie.
Was stoked that we were doing the fucking Chris episode today. Hit me up, but like, he was like, Guy just kept poking at fucking Muhammad. He's all, dude, I don't know, he like makes like way sicker riffs. He's just like a better like proficient guitar player and shit. And like, I was sitting there, was me, you, fucking Matt, and Muhammad in the circle. And
Muhammad's a sick guitar player, but Matt was more pleasant to listen to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is that it's kind of like, all ties together.
The guitar, the riffs he was playing, the style he was playing was just more pleasant to my ear. Muhammad is fucking technical wizard. He was sick, and he still is. But I just preferred Matt.
Dude, that was such one of the most awkward moments of my touring life, because I was like, I can't believe, like, I mean, I was like close with you at the time, but like Muhammad was like this like weird kind of like, I don't know if he's an asshole or not. I've you remember like we had no idea about it. Like we heard stories about him and stuff, and we didn't know. And you just came up, you're like, whatever, Muhammad, dude. Matt's way sicker than you, dude. It was killing. And we were just sitting there and like so red faced.
First of
like,
all,
shit.
Matt and Mohammed are both way sicker than me. Like fucking amazing guitar players, man. Mohammed, like, I mean, he put out a whole fucking music book. I remember back then. He probably has 20 by now, but he had a whole fucking thing, all the music notes written out, everything. He's a perfectionist. His shit was sick, but I just preferred Matt's shit.
Hey, Chris or Guy, have you guys heard from Tori lately? What's up with Tori?
I haven't heard from him.
Yeah. What the fuck? He just disappeared. Like,
no, I don't know. Derek may know. I don't know. Derek talked to him a lot.
Oh, literally, Tori's drumming on Deprecated, which I was just about to bring up because we're talking about Matt, and I'm like, oh, dude, here's the whole tie-in. Matt was playing with Deprecated, Boyer, all those dudes, and Pyrexia. We all, as seasoned Cali death metal fans, were like, yeah, Pyrexia was really the main influence for Deprecated. But what I was going to say is that when you brought up Tori, I was like, Tori is such a unique drummer that after all the music and all the death metal bands that I've listened to over so many years, Tori has always been one of those drummers where I was like, this dude has his own signature, like his stamp on the deal. And I always wished that Tori would have been, a household name in the death metal community,
Yeah. No,
I mean,
totally.
he almost, before Troy, he was the drummer of Carnivorous. We never jammed together, but he was like, I'm down. But then we found Troy, and Troy was closer.
Dude, I'm not remembering names too well, but so when we were in Suffocation, every time we were out, when I was in Suffocation, every time I was out in Cali, fucking talking about Pyrexia, it was crazy. It was Matt, Tori, of course, Derek always blew it up. But then it was two other dudes. It was fucking what's his name? Can't think of his fucking name. Bass player from
Jeff Hugo. Dan Kenny. Jesus.
Dan Kenny, and then the other dude who used to sing. What the fuck's his name, man?
Who used to sing?
AJ.
Oh yeah.
Go nuts talking about sermon and all this shit and how fucking crazy it was, and like, dude, it was crazy.
Well, it was crazy. It blew our minds out here, bro.
I wish when sermon was out that happened, so that
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
That would have been cool.
It kind of like
Gotta wait fucking 20 years.
Yeah.
No, we caught it 8 years later, dude. When would sermon come out? 93?
93.
Listen to the sermon.
Yeah.
We caught it like 8 years later, dude.
It's like you guys were just one of those like fucking like Focus Cynic was like ahead of its time. Everyone's like, fuck this shit. Until like 10 years later, everyone's like, I love this shit. You know what I mean? It's like one of those like what everyone just fucking caught on. Was like, oh, now it makes sense because it was ahead of its time, and now like we're catching on now. It's like a lot of fucking bands.
I really think people are gonna feel that way about System of the Animal when we drop it again. I think people.
Hell yeah.
I fucking enjoy that record, dude. I enjoy it. Again, like I said, this whole week has been actually a pleasurable experience because I caught so much, not so much, but a little bit of Pyrexia that I didn't really check out because you know how things happen. Yes. Ebbs and flows of life. Kids are born, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Death metal isn't as important as it used to be. And then you get brought back into it. And I've realized the Pyrexia band is always been something that has been there for me. And dude, it's always been something that I enjoy, and now I see the like progression with different the different styles, but you always harken back to what harken is that even I used it on a
Harken's
recent
a word.
I used it on a recent episode, like a couple episodes, and then I felt stupid, and now here I am saying it again.
It's good.
That's a good word.
No, but the tether, that's what I like. There's the tether to the Pyrexia sound that has not been severed. Oh shit, tethered that hasn't been severed.
Means
guys.
By the way,
Oh,
hearken means listen.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Okay.
archaic says listen.
I can't wait to hearken that new Pyrexia
He
album,
refused
dude.
to hearken.
Tom's
says-
words.
He refused to hearken to Tom's words of wisdom. So he's not listening, dude. You gotta hearken.
You were
shit.
harkening, dude. Yeah.
The professor's not here, so I had to do some research real fast.
There you go, dude. Thanks, Casey.
I'll try to.
But
do it.
dude, this is the real thing is I always enjoy bands that expand and progress and change throughout their careers, but still always have that seed of the beginning of the band. Because I shouldn't say that I don't like the bands that totally change their style, because there has been a few examples of bands that are totally, I'm gonna abandon what we used to be. It's the live. We don't have any merch to sell anymore, guys.
Oh, we can't bag.
You can't have a live bag. But
It's the the
Oh, I've
speed
seen
bump.
something.
No. So there are examples of bands that totally change their style, and I still follow them through that process. But what I really
Harken back to.
respect
Okay.
is a group of artists that never lose that origin of that project, no matter how much they blossom out and change. There's always the tether back to what it used to be, and I feel that with Pyrexia's discography.
Cool, man. I like that. That's it. Staying to the roots, but yet still, growing and
Not staying to the roots, but just always have just a little essence
little
of,
touch, little
yeah,
taste. Yeah.
little, like blossom out as far as you want.
Yeah, we're still death metal. We're always gonna be death metal.
It's
Don't be
brutal
staying
as
death
fuck,
metal.
bro.
Don't
My
be-
ears have been pummeled this week. My hearing aids need a break after this week, dude. It really is true. Like you guys are straight brutality, and there's some really big flares of technicality straight up, dude. Like so many aspects of your newer albums, I'm like, yes, that's why Unique Leader picked them up, dude. That's why Unique Leader put them out, because you fit right in with that UL category,
Yeah, man.
that catalog, dude.
No, 2006, Eric fucking reached out and haven't looked back since. To tell you the truth, it's been a long
Shout
road.
out Eric Lindmark, dude.
course.
That's our homie. That's the brother. That's the dad. That's
course.
yeah, dude. R.I.P.
That's why I say it.
Yeah.
Well, dude,
What's this guy doing? Taking a dump? What is he?
He's taking it.
he's taking a
It's
I
our
see
first
shower
piss.
curtains.
This is our first piss, dude. Our
this
first
is our
podcast
first
piss.
live piss, dude.
Podcast piss.
The live
Whoa!
pissing.
Jesus Christ.
Just don't scroll down. I don't want to get canceled.
Dude, that is so amazing, dude. I love it so much.
That's sick.
I love the bragging rights that we get to have after this show, dude.
So, Chris, how many natties you got left? We got a question in there.
I'm gonna go get another one right now. And I'll count.
Fuck yeah.
yeah, fuck it, dude.
I'm flying to Kansas City tomorrow to watch the fucking Chiefs beat the Buffalo
Oh,
New York Bills.
At the fucking
Shit.
home turf, bro.
Oh no, I'm good. It's fun. They're probably gonna lose. Chiefs are probably gonna lose, but it's fine.
You need to FaceTime Casey while you're there because he's all about it right now.
Oh, dude, yeah. This game is like the game of the year.
He just Mr. Fucking.
No, I'll read him.
Football.
I'll read him.
There he is.
Can't hide.
you little fucker.
So, guy, are you doing one of those old man pisses now, where you piss, your stream stops, and then like it starts going again, stops, and it starts going again, and stops, like
the whole time.
That's what's up, dude. No.
Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, that's full flow, dude. That's full flow.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
a Kelly piss fest.
Shake done.
I have to piss now. Jesus.
See?
No, take us with you.
Joel,
Oh, you can't
go grab
take
a
us
bucket
with you.
and come back. Gatorade bottle. No. Okay.
No, dude. That's
No one wants to see Joel piss. It's way cooler.
I fully back that. That's so cool. Guy pissed. It took us into the bathroom.
Dude, he
with him,
pissed on our podcast, dude. It's so good.
I got on my YouTube
No
page
greater honor.
on an airplane while I was in suffocation. So
Oh, dude, that's a fun one. A plane piss. How many?
yeah, the little fucking bathroom in the plane and took a piss
Have
while
you got-
we were flying, and I videoed it.
Have you ever had to have so bad you have to shit on a plane? Have you ever shit on a plane?
I've shit on planes. Yeah,
It's fucked up, dude. It's
that's like normal.
Well, yeah.
shitting on planes is normal.
Yeah, when you're on a 16-hour flight.
Wait. The better
A
question is
16-hour flight, you're definitely gonna shit, dude.
wait. You've never shit on a plane?
I've only flown. No, I'm saying I did,
Oh,
but I've flown 5 hour. Like 5 hours is the max. He said 16. So 5 hours you can time it.
okay. I got you.
5 hours you can time it to where it's like if I shit right before I get on the plane, I'm pretty much good. I'm gonna just take a few leaks and then maybe have to shit when I get off or whatever. But if you can't line that up, and plus with the 16-hour flight,
What
dude,
the fuck is a 16-hour flight? Where's the 16-hour flight? There's no such thing.
Japan. We flew from New
dude.
York straight to Japan,
I never
Tokyo.
heard of that.
Isn't
16 you
isn't
gotta
there like
stop.
and there's like 22-hour flights, right? Or something or 20
well, like Australia or whatever.
Yeah, what's the longest? Or I'm gonna get Professor.
Well, I
again.
mean, most of the time when we flew to Australia, it was New York to Cali to Sydney, and then from Sydney to Perth. So it wasn't direct, but we did
my
do a
point.
direct flight from New York to Tokyo, and it was 16 hours.
Fuck.
And you had a shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
of course. You got to shit. You gotta
After all that travel, dude,
Fuck
it's
on that
gonna
flight.
eventually be
I
there.
tighten up. I tighten up on the road, man. I don't like
Yeah,
Dude,
Yeah.
We shit everywhere.
shit. Sometimes
Dude,
we go a couple of days.
no
we
shit,
pulled up.
dude.
You can't shit on
No
a tour-
shit, literally, dude.
You can't shit on a tour bus. So we were out in Europe. Actually, Joel, is he there? He might have been with us.
He'll come back soon.
But we were at some venue and we got there too early. They weren't open, and all we could find was a bucket. So we put a fucking garbage bag in the bucket and shit in the bucket.
Fuck.
There was
Yeah.
no way around it. You had to
I
go.
mean, dude, you eat enough. I like to eat vegetables, dude. So it's gonna come out of you whenever it wants, dude. You can't hold that for too long. Chris, but dude, holding it for a couple days, that's crazy. So
I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
I'm not joking about this though. My bass player Sean, he does have that issue. Sometimes we went to overseas one time for some reason the clock fucks him up or something, and I'm talking about days. And he was putting big meals in, and nothing was coming out.
Nothing was coming out, dude.
Dude.
Yep.
That's
I have a
crazy,
constipation.
dude.
Hey, Chris.
Crash.
You remember what's his name? Polo?
Who?
Sepultura bass player?
Who?
Sepultura's bass player.
Paulo.
Oh, yeah.
When they first came to the US, they were staying out there with Josh or whatever, somewhere. He was shitting like crazy. Every 5 minutes, he had to go somewhere to shit.
I guess you would
gotta
want
adjust.
that.
You gotta adjust.
I would want that over being stuffed up for a few days, dude.
You gotta adjust.
I know.
Yeah, it's like a fucking, what do you call it? Jet lag and shit lag. You get shit lag every now and then when you
shit lag, dude. That's so funny. You show up to a place and you're like, "What's going on, dude?" And instead of jet lag, you're like, "Dude, dude, I'm just so shit lagged, dude."
It's like I usually shit at 10 a.m. every fucking morning, and now it's fucking
true.
like now it's 2
Now I'm
a.m.
fucked up. Right. The whole shit gets all fucked up.
But it's so true.
It's
so
real.
true.
Yeah.
You know it's real. You know it's real.
Yeah, it's a real thing. Fuck yeah.
Hey, are there people watching this, or is it just us five?
No,
there's people. We got about
there's
25 people watching. Something
We
like that.
got 25. All right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Good.
It's a Pyrexia
and that's
show.
at the end of 3 hours, guys.
It's a
We're at 3
Pyrexia
hours
show.
and 10 minutes.
Oh, 23, dude. We got called out. Only 23.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Joel's all
25
bumping it up.
sounds sicker, dude.
25.
I
Get
got like
archived.
27.
People can watch this tomorrow.
Oh yeah. It's
Yeah,
gonna be.
it'll be up
most
on
people listen
YouTube.
to it. Most people like for this format on Twitch. It doesn't really work for podcasts, but we're still doing it because it's fun to interact with
It
people.
does
But like,
work. What are you talking about? We got people watching.
whatever, dude. Aloha. But like, I mean, it's like, but like, it's it's fun just to have people chiming in stuff, and then people when you're fucking having a day at work, you listen to it. You got on Spotify, on your fucking.
That's what
On
I'm saying. When it's
YouTube
done,
and stuff like that. It's like people. That's what people tell me. They're like,
It'll be
"Oh,
on YouTube.
yeah, it's
Apple
like I got time.
Podcasts,
I got time at
Spotify.
work. Let me listen to this." And they're like, "Oh," and then they hit me up. It's fucking having a great time. Blah blah blah. So it's more of a late, like you listen to it later kind of thing. But we're trying to do like the live thing.
I mean, me personally, I'm an audio podcast listener, so there's a demographic or a percentage of people that actually just listen to this. So
I would probably be more that person. Just listen in my car.
Yeah. Spotify and all the shits. Yeah. Fucking guys, like, what the fuck's a podcast?
I know what a podcast.
What do you?
I'm trying to help out the ratings, so I'm on here on my iPhone, but I'm on the other thing on my iPad, and I just text. So
Pumped it up, right?
That's all right.
Yeah,
he's the 23rd.
Oh, you're in the chat too. You're chatting it up in the
Yeah.
chat.
So there's really only 22 people watching this.
I'm watching. Yeah.
Oh, dude, Suffolk guy's watching, dude.
Excellent.
It's like when the band watches the other band play.
Yeah, it's like we had 17 people there. It's like, there was 12 other bands. So.
Yeah.
Exactly. Come on. I'm so straight with that. When everybody's like, "Yo, it's a good turnout," I'm like, 1, 2, 4. All right, well, 60 people are band members. So,
Yeah, totally.
There's 64 people here.
Right. Let's be honest, 5 bands fucking come up.
I mean, when you
Dude,
call
we
it
played
like
for so many bands tonight. It was crazy, dude.
a musician's musician, that term is like if there's 60 musicians and hey, they're still fans, dude. They're actual fan, like people that really want to be there, Yep. But that's death metal, guys. We all come across that, but then you get those little spurts of, oh shit, we just played in front of 500 people that were down.
This fucking guy, he jumped on the caboose. He got to play a lot of good shows with Suffolk. But like, like we just played Maryland Death Fest, totally dope fucking show, packed, fucking ridiculous. Then you do your other fucking. We just played El Paso with no opening bands. I've never done that in my life. Just us.
Yeah.
And the fucking promoter or the club owner asked us to wait till 9:30 to play. Wow, he just fucking sold food and beer until we fucking finally played.
they did that to us.
I mean, it happens. So
Yeah.
you definitely do both ends of the spectrum. But man, like I said, I don't give a fuck. Maybe 25 years ago gave a fuck. I would get down. Yo, I'll be honest, and guys, right here, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't give a fuck, dude. I cried at a show maybe 20 years ago in Canada. All right, because we played and Guy was in Suffolk, and he came with us and filled in on guitars, the second guitarist. And I've been doing this a long time. It was after working with Trevor. It was after all kinds of shit. I'm at a point in my life where I'm questioning: should I do this? Should I do my career? Should I turn wrenches, or should I play guitar? And the guy came with us. He's in Suffolk, and they're obviously doing big shows. And we have a headlining tour of 6 or 7 days in Canada. And we play shows, and the first show there's like fucking 8 people there,
And dude, I just fucking lost it. I mean, I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing wrong, man? I couldn't, his guy, he's whipping the whole time. Why is there 8 people here? But I go over there and there's 1,000 people. It's like, it was fucking me up. But
Chris, same thing happened with Suffolk. We played shows out in the Midwest. I remember playing this one place. Place was fucking huge. I'm like, there's no way people are coming out here for this show. And like literally it was all the bands that were there. And like maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 people.
Oh, you remember? You remember guy we toured with? Remember guy we toured with Suffocation? Or not Suffocation, dude. with Whitechapel. Remember all those those kids that would come out for? They were like Whitechapel was the new hot thing, and we didn't even know. We were like,
yeah.
And Psychroptic, by the way, shout out. They're playing down the street right now, Santa Cruz, and I'm
shout out.
Yeah, they're playing down the street. I know. I missed the 100th episode last week, so I was like, I'm gonna be here for that. Well, I saw fucking that tour with Fallujah and Psychroptic a couple of weeks ago, but I was like, we were talking about like we'd always get in like circles. Remember at the time we'd be like, we need to do a fucking death metal tour, dude. This is like we were all like, because you guys would it would be like people just we get like a fucking sea full of people. We get like 1,000 people to watch us, and then all the kids would leave when Suffocation because they're like, oh, so I've never heard of them because I'm too young and I bought tickets all early, and they would leave, and then Suffocation would play for half the people, and I'd be like, what the fuck is? We'd be so mad. And I remember Ben from Whitechapel was I remember because Ben was the cool I loved Ben from Whitechapel, but he was like there was a breakdown from one of your guys' songs where he was like that breakdown right there is the reason why we exist. He was like, I mean, he understands, like he knows like where Whitechapel got their fame from and where their roots are. Yeah. But yeah, it was like they were so popular. He didn't understand it. Like the band didn't understand it. It was like you're in the pop like scene. You're in the fucking big like fucking the telescope of everyone's like, this is the band now, so you have to check them out. And they were brand new, and so like. And that was such a weird thing to it felt like we were pissed. We were like,
the best part of Whitechapel for me was Phil.
Oh, I love him. Yeah.
Phil's a great fucking singer. And honestly, I don't know where they'd be without him, but
no, totally. No.
The Whitechapel dudes are cool as people, but I was never really into it. But I like Phil.
Yeah. No, I remember in the very beginning, the first show was at Jack's. And we played over at Jack's, and I was like, I'd never heard Whitechapel. I just saw the name was kind of like, I don't know, like bigger. I had no idea.
Never heard of it either.
Yeah. And I saw the crowd explode. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, like what the fuck do we get ourselves into, kind of thing. And because they were just like, I don't know, spammed all over. Everyone was like Whitechapel at that time, and I was like, okay, well, Suffocation is playing, like the reason why we're all here. Like, could you? I don't know. It's kind of like what was my mindset, and I was like, "Fuck this band." And at the very beginning, I was like, "Fuck Whitechapel," and then we started to hang out with them, and I was like, they were just kids that just liked the style of music, and they were like all into death metal. They had like literally like Ben would wear shirts of like Odious Mortem that we didn't have. Like he was like into it, And
that's a weird feeling, right? Like you see somebody else with merch that you haven't seen in person, you're like, I actually want that.
Yeah. Well, I got it by the mid tour. I got it. I got what they were about, and I understood why they were big. I was like, okay, well, I get it now. But it was like it took in the very beginning. I was like, what is going on here? Like, well, who are these kids? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
we toured with a lot of bands like that. Went through that a lot with a bunch of different bands that were all good.
Yeah.
And it was just like, who the fuck are these guys? Never heard of them before the tour. But they got this following, man. They're doing it.
Huge crowds. Yeah. No, I mean, it was good to at least the kids that hung out I've never heard of Suffocation or heard of like death metal. Just like if they stayed a little longer, like get a little education, you want to like
fucking what was that band, Born of Osiris?
Oh yeah, we toured with them too
and fucking I'm like, oh shit, there was this black dude, he's fucking pretty good.
Oh, Tosin.
And now he's fucking huge.
Yeah.
Fucking
no, you were on that tour too. Okay, yeah. No, Tosin was just filling in. They called Tosin Abasi. They were like, hey, you want to fill in for? And Tosin was in the backstage all the time. Like, hey, you want to like jam with me? You want like a lesson? And I'd be like, no, dude.
Yeah, I remember hanging out on their fucking RV. I was hanging out up there, and he's jamming. I'm like, this fucking dude is really fucking good.
Yeah.
And he was he's like just chill. He was just chill.
You should check his band before that, Reflux, dude.
Oh, really?
It's more. I mean, it's got some hardcore elements to it, but you can totally tell that he was gonna be what he is now.
Well, guy, three names. We got Ash Advilton. You know him. He was the singer. The Ash, the guy from
Oh, yeah.
Now he
Sumerian.
books, where he did.
And then it
book
was
for all the
Dave
shows for us.
Lozano. Dave Lozano was the drummer. And then it was
And then Eric.
Well, no, it was Javier, was the other guitar player of That
Javier, I was in contact
Who's
with
the
for a
bass
while
player
after
guy?
that
That's
tour.
Oh no,
But
and then Evan Brewer. Evan
I
Brewer.
said Eric.
Evan
Sorry,
Brewer too.
Evan.
Yeah,
I
Jesus
said
Christ.
Eric.
Yeah, they were just all these like up and coming people, and I was like, yeah, it's cool. You guys are really good and stuff. And they're just
what about that other kid, man? I don't know if it was that tour that you were on or what, but that kid that did Cam every day.
He did what?
Cam every day.
Cam, like Cam?
Cam. He filmed himself every day and put together a video. He was singing in
I was like, what kind of
The hell
drug
calls
is that?
Cam?
Dude? He did Cam every day.
Cam.
Like,
The fuck is that? South
should we
Carolina?
get on? Should we all get on Cam right now and get?
What is that?
fucking-
what the you
boomer shit.
you know who I'm talking about because he's doing shit now. He's doing pretty big shit now too, I think. What the fuck, man? What was the band he was playing?
Wow.
I can't think of it. If I think of it, I'll tell you.
He's
But
filming shit every day.
He's like a redhead kid with short hair.
You gotta do mind
Beard.
exercises. Do crossword puzzles. Keep your mind going.
Sudoku, bro.
Do some Sudoku out there.
You know what I love about the East Coast? It's like they don't allow any bullshit. It's like
burning the masses.
Oh yeah.
I remember that
That's
band.
how later.
Them. He
What the
was
fuck,
singing
man?
for them, and he's doing like huge shit now. He's like a
I know what you're
DJ
talking about.
also. He's
Yeah, I
out
know what
in
you're talking
Cali.
about.
Jason?
I don't know his
No,
real
it's not
name.
Jason.
I was
it's
just going
Ian.
off a sick drummer and
Carrie
shout
would
out
know.
Ian.
Carrie
I
Gear
was
would
like,
know.
Take a swig.
I'm gonna use Ian as my threshold. I'm not threshold. My beacon. He's the one who was. He said Jason, so I was like, "Is it Jason?" Trying to act
You're
like
all
it's
reading up the
me.
chat. Jason? You're all. Is it ha ha ha? No, the fucking guy, man. We had some fucking amazing times. So it's like to me too. I mean, I love the fucking fact that Chris is like fucking hitting it, man. Like hitting the road still, like like that far. Everyone's Jesus, this chat's going nuts. But
they're laughing at me because I totally fucking outed myself, dude.
no, that's sick. I mean, do you ever? I mean, we're kind of getting to the end of the podcast, but like for you, I remember me, me and fucking Guy, I've had these conversations a million times probably on tour, where we're just like, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks in, and we're just kind of like, fuck, we're kind of burnt. Is that not ever in your mindset?
It's never in my mindset. I'm sorry. I feel bad for people that feel that way. That's like somebody going.
Thank you.
Like people say, like Oprah and people like that say, if you love what you do, you never work a day in life. That tells me a little bit of something about Guy. I don't want to say nothing about nothing, but then he don't love it as much as me because I never feel that. I never feel that. When
You're never homesick. You're never homesick. Like
homesick
in the middle.
is different, but you understand.
Okay.
You have to work. I used to work every Christmas at my job.
Yeah.
So as an off, I'd rather be on tour and being with my boys and making money and doing what I love.
You did touch on that.
In the basement of Carnegie Hall on Christmas morning with no one there but me, and the whole city empty. Literally walking like it's like a death set, like a fucking zombie apocalypse.
Right.
Nobody in Manhattan but me.
Yeah.
Fuck that. So compared to that, or compared to what real work has to do, I choose being. Listen, we were on tour at Thanksgiving with Pathology in Europe, and we were looking for a turkey. We couldn't find one. It's not always ideal, but
You're with your brothers though.
you're with your brothers and you're doing what you love. Where when I was snaking drains and fixing toilets and fixing pipes, that's not what I love. And I'm still there on Christmas and Thanksgiving, or at least again, I'm proud to show my daughter, to raise my kid. if you could do something, make a mark in death metal, which is the most obscure fucking type of fucking thing to try to do anything with, you could do anything, man. And I'm not just trying. It's not a cliche. It's true, man.
No, totally.
Like I said,
you truly love being on the road the whole time. There's
love
not
it.
because there's always the beginning period where it's fun for the first 2 weeks and you're like it's exciting and then like show number, I don't know, 17, you're like, all right, well, I got it. Like we're in fucking Oklahoma at the Red Eye, and I kind of miss being in my
I
bed.
was working 60, 70-hour weeks for 18
Damn.
years.
Yeah.
You don't, like I said, maybe I'm glad I did that, because little quick 17 days on the road,
Right.
little baby days on the road, where I get to have hamburgers and joke
Oh, I'm
around.
talking 17. I'm talking 17's like the middle. You're like
You
in
know
the
what I'm
middle.
saying? You know, I'm
Yeah,
30.
yeah,
I went
yeah.
to tour with Suffo and IB. We did the whole fucking run.
Yeah.
I loved it too when I was doing it, but after a while, I got burnt out. I was
You
just
get
tired
burnt
of
out from work. You have to do work, though, and you don't have to tour. You choose. That's why it's great about death metal. If I choose to go into the tunnel here and just decide to do a little recording, a little work, I'll do that. But I crave, like I said, I know Willie Nelson. I know fucking George Thorogood is on the road right now. He's in his 70s.
Jesus.
There's
How
certain
the fuck is he
motherfuckers.
alive?
He's dude, the Destroyers, the Destroyers. I love that name.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
out there right now, and I just feel that in me. There's certain motherfuckers that I don't.
Just keep going.
I love my daughter. I spend more time with her
That's
now.
what I was gonna say, dude. I wanted to bring it back to family a little bit. You're making it to where you can spend more time,
Way more time with my daughter.
with your daughter, dude.
Yep.
I'm in the position right now. At this point right now in the podcast, I shouldn't be saying this because it might open up some shit. But man, I cannot spend time with my kids in my current situation, dude, because
Thank
I
you.
don't. My kids are 2 hours away from me right now,
Right.
and I am in this position where I'm like, I can't leave here. I can't leave my current situation financially with the job. If I quit my job, we're gonna fucking have a situation. No, I gotta sell my place before I get the million, bro.
I'm gonna go way off the fucking.
But with the fucking interest rates and all that shit, people don't want to fucking buy right now. So I'm like waiting for my place to sell, but my family's already where we're trying to go.
So what Anthony's saying is that Anthony's family is about 2.5 hours away up north, and
I only get to see him on the weekends, dude.
And he's sitting in
sucks,
like an
dude.
empty house right now, like trying to sell his house, which is
fuck this place,
he bought
dude.
for like really good price, and now it's like fucking triple the amount.
No,
so
it's
like,
positive. It's all positive, but the negative aspect of it is that I don't get to spend time with my family during the week,
That's what I mean. From being conditioned, and Guy will tell you, he knows me since when I joined this engineers union in the earliest days of. I mean, he watched me go to apprenticeship school.
Yep.
I used to go to school 3 nights a week in Queens, and then still come to practice. I fucking killed myself, and all I'm saying is that fucking after doing all that and working every Christmas, the little pinch of being away from my family for a couple of weeks when I do go on the road is nothing compared to what I had to give up. Like I said, I never saw my kid. I watched that really affected me. And that's when I sat back and I was like, man, I'm working at this job for my family, but yet I'm never there. I'm never home. And if I'm home, I'm sleeping because I'm exhausted.
Yes.
So I don't feel any guilt when I tell my daughter I'm going to be gone for 3 weeks because I'll be home for the next 4 months.
Yeah. That's what's up, dude.
I pick her up, I put her on a bus, and I take her off the bus every day. I never did that when I worked in my regular job.
Yeah.
So for the month,
that's so fucking crazy, dude. When I go up there and I take an extra day and I take them to school and I pick them up from school, I'm like, oh, dude, this is way better than fucking Monday through Friday. Fuck Monday through Friday.
Dude, I haven't done it since 2018, 19, 20, 4 years I'm doing this. I feel, like I said, Monday is just as beautiful to me as Saturday now. That's my life now.
That's what's up, dude.
And that's the way I want to tell everybody to try to be, because I wasn't like that.
Strive for that.
Guys saw me struggle, going to work, killing myself. Now,
soon it won't be like that, but I don't know how soon. What the fuck am I talking about? Basically I need to be here for I don't even know how much. It's maybe the end of the year, maybe a little bit after that, but I'm already fucking over this situation, guys. Yeah, I don't have a blanket behind me now, so you guys are like, oh, dude, he probably doesn't have. He's stoked. He doesn't have the blanket. No, I'm still fucking sleeping on an air mattress, but I'm having fun with you guys every single week, and that's one of the. This is the thing.
highlights keeps right.
Yeah, the podcast and fucking going to see my family on the weekends, dude. This is like what keeps me tethered. Oh shit, bringing it back. Tethered to the good things in my life, dude. And I am so happy to do this every single week with legends, dude. We got Guy and fucking Chris from fucking
Joel.
Suffo and
Just friends.
I see Joel every week. He eats bananas. I've never seen him eat a banana.
What's up, guy?
You know what's so funny is that I've never seen Joel eat a banana.
I have.
I mean,
What are you talking about? Yeah, you have.
I feel like Guy's gonna call
I
me. out
probably
right now.
have.
You just don't remember it.
I
That's
just want a guy. Well, what's up, Guy?
I think what's going to happen is your next show. It's going to involve me and Chris, so it's going to be the 5 of us interviewing somebody.
that's what's
There you
up, dude.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
dude.
you
That'd
guys
be
are
sick.
always welcome back, dude. I had a very good
totally.
time.
Dude, you guys,
tonight.
like I said, you
So
guys
funny.
literally should have like figure this podcast shit out. You guys are fucking hilarious, and like you guys have a fucking funny like the East Coast thing is fucking hilarious to me.
It's not that hard, dude.
Not in a bad way, but it's like you guys are fucking funny, dude.
We're
It's like,
fucking clowns to you guys. We're a bunch of
we're
clowns.
fucking clowns. Yeah,
We're
you mind
funny.
if you
Yeah,
laugh?
you guys are
Fucking
funny.
funny.
I fucking joke you.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly,
No,
yeah.
it's fucking. It's like that's
Joe
what
Pesci.
Louis C.K. was the one. He was talking about Boston, and he was talking about San Francisco versus Boston. He's like Boston, like people just beat your ass. He's all, but I think you need that. I think you need like that quality control of like someone goes like man, and someone just beats him up. Someone like it's like a little. He's like you need that kind of like tough quality control because people will just get too free, and it's not. Like, I don't know the way he said it.
Chris is like Kev Muller once he goes past like
Okay, dude.
he
Yeah.
settles out and goes into not retirement, but like older mode. Because Kev's in his 20s still, isn't he?
I
He's a
think
young
so.
man.
Who,
No,
me?
Alluvial was on their way to my house. They're like, we're coming over, we're hanging out, and their van broke down.
Then they watched your house go by and they said later.
No. They were stuck in fucking Vacaville, dude, from Sacramento, and their shit got towed.
Shit. They don't want to be.
They literally showed me like Kev sent me a video of just like of what's his name, Wes, like putting the van on a fucking one of those like big trailers because their shit was like blown out and they had to get like a whole new transmission or something. I don't know. It was like a fucked up situation. And I was like, whatever, dude.
This is actually okay. This is another thing too. I was noticing about all the hungry bands that have been waiting. The cheese wedge, dude. All the hungry bands that have been waiting to get out on the road, and now things are finally happening.
Yeah.
And it hurts my heart to see all these fucking vehicle like car troubles that so many people have been having now.
I bet that
dude.
hurts
That
your
used to
heart, dude.
happen. I mean, Chris and Guy, like back in the day, I feel like there's been a lot of like van problems nowadays. Was that a thing as much back in the day?
It's always the same. Even this last maybe 3 tours, just 3 runs ago, we had the U-Haul and the fucking pin fell out, and fucking we're driving, and all of a sudden the trailer's next to you instead of fucking behind you. You know what I'm saying? And we had to fucking pull over in the medium in a highway, and I swear to God, John took a cymbal stand rod and used it and jammed it in there. We got it off the road and fucking called up U-Haul and found a place and had to buy a new pin. But I mean, it's possible.
Constant.
Yeah, it's just how it is, right?
What did he do with his symbol afterwards? Like, how did he?
Well, it stayed. It was strong.
I was joking. Yeah.
It was strong, dude.
Say it out. You could put it back on the stand. It's just
Did he take it out and use it that
Yes,
every night?
Yes, of course.
every night he puts it back.
No. We got the pin after, we
Oh,
only
yeah,
use
yeah,
that to get the
Okay. I
just
was
to
gonna
get the side
say,
of the road.
that'd be hilarious, dude.
First time we went to Texas, me and Guy fucking we go into this place.
Pin. You got
Guy's
pin?
like, you got a pin? Like, what? What the fuck you talking about, man? You got a pin? What do you fucking mean a pin? I don't have no fucking pin. You meant a pen. Pen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pen. Right? And remember the pop? You want to pop?
You got pop?
We don't call soda pop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't either, dude. Over in
we go
Cali,
in
we don't say
place,
pop
dude's
either.
like, you want a pop? I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? What?
Pop,
Me and Guy like, what? What do you kept saying?
You're taking it like he's gonna punch you, dude.
Pop.
Like, you
What do
want to
mean
pop, dude?
Man, you want to shoot me?
I just
You
had
wanna
a
hit
fucking
me?
question, dude. You got a pen.
Got a pin, pop.
Pin.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was a soda and a pin, a pen.
Ah, dude.
Goes,
That's
All right,
so funny.
chat one more time. Like, who should I raid? Just tell me a screen name and I'll do it. All right. Anyways, keep going. Look at Anthony's eyes, dude. You got allergies?
Yeah, you guys getting bleary?
You know what's so funny is that
Yeah.
you just said that, and it totally is.
Dave Frank
allergies
drums. Gotcha.
today.
3.5.
totally, it's just allergies.
That's 3.5 hours. You guys usually go this deep?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
We've
flying to
gotten
fucking
4 plus.
I'm flying to Kansas City tomorrow to watch the fucking Chiefs.
What's your
beat
flight
the shit out of the
time?
Bills.
What's your flight time?
It's 5 hours 45 minutes.
Chris, they're on the
From
West Coast,
from
so
now?
3.5 hours for them, but it's only
Oh,
like
you're
half hour
you're
for
pulling
us.
all nighter, dude.
I know these guys are on the East Coast. We're all like,
It's
dude, it's
1:40 in the morning.
10:37, dude.
Ah,
It's like,
It's like 1:40 over here.
Yeah,
No, that's what it's all about, dude.
Yep.
I mean, you guys are fucking raging. I literally, well, actually, you said 5 hours, and it's already that time at the. I'm like, dude, I'm getting a good night's sleep tonight. What time is it over here?
I got to get my kid on the bus in 6 hours. I got to get her on the
All
bus.
right.
Dude, I have to get up in 8 hours, dude. I fucking rule
you're
over
fine.
all of you guys.
It's rough,
dude.
dude.
6 hours. 6 hours. She got
Chris, how old's your kid now?
13. She just turned 13.
Holy
Oh
shit!
shit! You turn the corner into
Turned the
teenage.
corner. She's a teenager, man. It's fucked up. Her
Damn.
Is
all
she
her
the
friends-
only one?
Yeah, she's the only one. She's the only one.
Ah,
But
dude,
those
no,
boys-
you got that then.
No, we're good. We're good. Like I said,
Yeah.
now it's good that I'm home. I'm home all the time. I'm here. I'll put her on the bus tomorrow morning, even though it's a late night.
Yeah,
And then I have the whole day. Then I get her off the bus.
yeah, dude.
Dave Frank
Like I said,
drums
we got
is
a
murdering.
big tour coming up with Gorgatron. I want to say it again. I know
Yeah.
it's in the podcast, but we got a big thing coming up 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th of November with Gorgatron. We're going to the Midwest, Ohio.
You coming to South Carolina?
There's nothing going on out there. I don't even know.
There
I
Where
is.
the fuck is South Carolina?
don't even know
There
anybody
isn't.
out there. You know, they got weeds.
I was gonna
and
say that
fucking
before. That's why I'm not. That's why I'm not.
They got
playing death
fucking
metal. There's nobody to
tumbleweeds.
jam with here.
dirt. Yo, you got Dave Colross out there. What the fuck you talking
Dave
about?
Colross 2 hours away, and I talked to
2
him,
hours.
and like I haven't talked to him
This
since.
has always been the problem with guys. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I live out east in Long Island. I used to drive an
Yeah.
hour.
You
hour
know
and a half.
Dave Colross.
They know Dave Colross.
No, you know Dave Colross.
I know Dave.
Somebody needs to
You know
get Dave Colross on this
coming to
show.
jam.
Huh?
You know Dave Colross ain't coming to jam.
You never reached out.
He ain't coming.
You never know. You're in South Carolina with Dave Colross. That's all I gotta tell you. If I was in South Carolina with Dave
Okay,
Colross,
guy, you're getting Colross episode for us tonight, or not tonight, but soon,
yo, I can get
dude.
his son right now. It's crazy because his
What's his son doing?
Dave
Dave Colross
Colross' son Junior.
Yeah,
Dave
keep hearing
Jr.
about him.
starts coming down the shows now. He's like 22 now. So
Is he playing
Holy
music?
shit.
Is he?
Yeah. I knew him when he was 2. His name used to be Peanut.
Whoa.
Dude, Murray just gave me the guy to raid tonight. This guy's
Love
like
Murray.
murdering drums. Like it's like one of the best drummers I've ever seen.
Can we
dude.
tune in? Can we get a little
Yeah,
preview right now?
let's do it. How do I do it? I have to present. All right. Check this guy out, dude. This guy's fucking insane.
Who is this?
I have no idea. I've never
There
heard
he
of him.
is.
This guy.
No, you see D Colross? He's only 19, Chris. That's him. That's Colross's son.
Oh, what a fucking
There he is. He's watching.
Dave Jr., bro.
Yes,
Fuck
I thought
yeah,
he was
dude.
21. He's 20. It's
Shout
19.
out, bro. Thank you for fucking watching, dude.
Yes, that's Dave Colross'
All right, let's.
son.
What's this dude doing?
Dude, this guy, is it Nam right now? What's going on? This guy's, he's only got 30 people watching him. What the fuck is going on?
This guy's a great skin slapper, dude. Nice.
Jesus.
Set up.
Can you hear it?
It's like gospel chops. Shit. Just murdering.
We're definitely
Totally
rating this
gospel.
guy.
Yeah, rate him.
How sick of those murdered out symbols, dude?
Joel, did you ever see that Eric Horror drummer that we were
Yeah,
talking
this
about?
dude's
Oh,
blowing
yeah,
my
yeah.
mind right now.
This guy's alive right now, though.
Fuck yeah, dude. This guy's great.
What the fuck is going on?
Playing drums, dude.
Murdered symbols. Is so
Oh, he dropped a
dope.
stick? Oh, it was a nice recovery.
I didn't even see it so fast.
Jesus, cheese and rice. Yes.
Cheese and rice, dude.
Well, you know,
Let's,
there you go.
if he's
Alright.
live right now, braid that
Oh, yeah.
motherfucker, dude.
Oh yeah, no, we are. He's only got like 30 people watching that. Like what?
Rate
That's
it, dude.
insane. I'm
give
rating it.
give him a little love. What's his name?
David Frank drums. Jesus Christ. David Frank. I can't hear anything right now, but
What
all right,
happened?
David Frank drums.
What's going on?
You guys
All right,
ever
let's,
Samus?
What's that?
Samus.
Oh
Samus?
yeah,
Oh,
Samus actually texted me the other day. He's old. Did you follow me the other day? I was like, I followed you like 3 months ago, dude. He's like, oh, okay, thanks. Sick. I was like, it was such a random like text to me. I was like, did you follow me? This is Joel. Did you follow me? I'm like a while ago. Like,
He's like sex.
he's sex.
Yeah. That's his
He's
whole
still
deal.
keeping this thing going, man. He's exactly the same as when we toured with him. You know.
Yeah.
He's the same dude. Like, but hey, he's got like 300,000 followers. He's killing it. Like, yeah, he's doing great.
That's what's up, dude. All right, let's call it, dudes.
All right.
But hey, Chris, so awesome to meet you tonight,
Thank
dude.
you, man. It was a great night.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're a great dude, and I want to keep in touch
Absolutely,
for sure.
man. Please, definitely. You
And
guys are
Guy, you were such a treat to add on, bro. I had no idea this was gonna happen, and it was
David
great
Frank,
to
love
see
you guys
tonight, dude. And what? Oh man, I'm drinking a lot. Who's the guy we're rating? What's his name again? Fuck,
David
it was
Frank.
all right, that guy, dude. That guy rips. I'm yeah.
Give it up for that guy, dude.
Give it up for the embalmer, dude.
I'm playing with Embalmer in 2 weeks.
Yeah, you are.
Give it up, dude. Give it up.
Yeah.
No, it's a there's
That's such a long
inside joke.
inside
Real
joke.
quick,
Oh,
real
really?
quick. No, Anthony was all like, we were kind of drinking. He was all like, get it. He was like, the band played.
Okay,
before,
wait,
so
yeah,
he's all,
yeah.
no, it's quick. No, it's a quick story. We don't need to go into it like too long. He's all
No,
like,
but you gotta
the
tell him
band,
who the band
before
was
the band
called.
before was like, is all, dude, give it up for Embalmer, dude. And like we hear like it's like recorded somewhere. Everyone starts clapping. And then someone's all, it's called embalmed, not embalmer. He's all embalmed.
It wasn't embalmer. and I was just going into my mind like I remember embalmer,
Past tense, not a verb. God damn it.
but it wasn't the same band. Yes, give it up for embalmer, dude. It's embalmed.
That happens.
All right. I had a
Yeah.
great time tonight,
boys.
guys. This was great.
Fucking
Start of the next
love you guys.
100
Yes.
for sure, dude. Guy,
Yeah, dude. Special
let's
treat.
let's dig on you on an episode, dude. You want to come back on?
Too late.
Yeah, whenever. Just let me know.
I'm
Whatever.
gonna
Alright.
take that one. I'm fucking bombing him on
I was
that
gonna say the
Oh,
Chris
yeah.
Bomb guys.
Let's do it.
episode.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Listen,
Let's do that, dude.
We'll do that. That'll be
just so you understand, I live in South Carolina. There's nothing going on. So
slow down there. Very slow.
Except a bunch
Yeah.
of winds. There's some winds, right? You
a
guys
lot of
dealt with it.
wind, a lot of dust. Not much else.
you ever see those videos where the guy's walking around normal, but everything's like fucking super slow motion? That's down here. That's where I am.
Is it Niall from there or Carl?
Yeah,
one's
Little
no.
yeah, they're not far from here.
Yeah.
They moved.
They moved. They moved.
They moved to
fucking moved.
Egypt. Yeah.
Listen, as soon
They
as
moved to
you
Egypt.
sign off this shit right here, Chris and I are starting our podcast up right after.
Fuck
this.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
like we
night.
told you
You
guys.
guys gotta
man.
think of a name, dude. You gotta
Yep.
think of a name. That's the new thing.
It's
You're gonna do
late night with Chris and Guy.
John and Paul.
That actually rings off the tongue very well.
That's
Late
sick,
night
dude.
with Chris and
No,
Guy.
you guys are fucking hilarious together, man. I feel like
Yeah.
that would actually work.
Yo, thank you for having me, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
dude. No,
Fuck yeah,
this is
dude.
great, dude. And you guys are welcome back anytime, dude. Chris, I'd love. We really didn't dig, so
We do a part two.
we
We'll do part two.
we digged, but you
didn't
are
dig.
definitely part two, dude.
Let's do a
You're
part two,
part
brother,
two.
whenever you're ready.
Oh fuck
We
yeah.
got interrupted.
Yeah, we got interrupted. Look at South Carolina.
Wasn't me.
Cigarettes.
Hey, no, for real. I had a great fucking time tonight. And real quick, do the Pyrexia plugs again for us.
We got those shows coming up November 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Ohio, Akron, Fort Wayne. Mutilated Fest is this weekend. Pablo, I told you I would say this. And System of the Animal. Oh my God. New System of the Animal's coming out soon.
Yeah,
Fuck
dude.
yeah.
Listen,
I'm excited for that, dude.
heads up for that. That's going to be big.
I really
yeah.
am. Truly.
Yeah, seriously. I'm excited for that.
Hell yeah. And pyrexiaofficial.com.
PyrexiaOfficials.com. But nope. Pyrexia Pyrexia.world.
.world.
Yes. That's
Damn.
that's
I like the
Shit,
dot
I
world.
think- I
I
literally
like
think
dot
we were
world too.
plugging,
World.
we plugged pyrexiaofficial.com in the beginning, and that's what I thought it was.
Hey, there's probably
Psych.
there's probably some cookware on there or something that they're selling. So you know, thank him, man. You thank him.
Oh yeah, dude.
Hey, can I plug my shit?
Yeah.
I do.
Plug,
Please.
dude.
I'll be at Brunswick Nuclear Power Plant for the next fucking rest of my life.
Yo, seriously, guys, you got a job?
Yeah, I work at a nuclear power plant. I'm an IT guy at a nuclear power plant.
I'm an IT guy too.
Yeah, man.
Fuck
Come on.
yeah.
Are you serious? That's what you're doing?
If you work at a
Yeah, that's what I
nuclear,
do.
so what's your how
I burn fiber, run copper, and fucking
no, that's what I'm saying. So I was like,
copper.
how dangerous is how close do you get to the nuclear shit?
I have like everybody gets badges, right? So my badge is I'm a level 2. So I literally can
That's too
go
high.
in the plant. I can go in the plant if I want to and fuck it up.
Jeez.
If I
live on
want to.
the
Outta here.
podcast.
You're Homer Simpson level.
I have to sit down with a shrink to have the access that I have.
Homer Simpson. They told you that was your access.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is so good, dude.
No way.
Yeah.
You guys have made my Thursday night very entertaining, dude.
It was a great one.
For
Man.
sure, dude.
one of my funner. It's not a word, but funner
Hey,
times.
and we do a little post pod, not too long, but if you guys want to hang out with us after this, it's fine. If not, it's all good. You can be out. But thank you so much,
You got it, guys.
Chris
All right, thank
and
you,
Guy.
guys. We'll see you next time.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, buddy.
dude. And
Yeah.
Battle Forge Coffee. Go get your coffee there. Fuck Starbucks. Fuck.
I'll be hanging out until
Safeway.
I'm out of beer.
Monster House Dispensary.
I'm fucking
New
down.
Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Yes, dude.
That's right.
and
Get those
smoke
fucking
some
joints.
Pyrexia fucking weed,
Yeah,
dude.
the Pyrexia joints.
I want to smoke Pyrexia weed before
Yes.
going into
Yeah.
this year, dude. So
And there's no
yeah.
Pyrex
Wait,
in it. There's
I
no
got some.
Pyrex.
Hold on.
Uh-oh. What's he got?
Did you ever see one of these?
Oh,
yeah.
one of those. Yeah.
Oh yes, dude.
Hang on.
Grind your weed with the
Hang on a
fucking
minute.
Terrence Hobbs fucking picture, dude. Chris is gonna try and one up right now.
I have to.
Oh yeah.
Yo, I have to.
Do
yeah.
it.
This fucking grinder right here, man. The fucking gravitas grinder.
Whoa.
Damn. It's got like full art on it.
Full art on the whole fucking thing. You can't fucking probably see it. I see that.
No, I see bits and pieces because of the line. But dude, I see.
You can get this grinder right now. Honestly, it's at the big cartel site right now. This grinder is dope.
But it doesn't have hobs on it.
No, it don't have hobs.
All right.
Got a monkey. You're right. You got me on that.
What's in the? You got another piece though. Oh, I thought you were pulling up a book or something that looked.
Yeah,
like
it was something else.
Blueberry.
Oh my god,
dude! I was looking at
You are
that at
Italian.
Target, bro. I was
Fucking
there
good, man.
with the family
How
last
are you?
weekend. I was like, "Yo, they brought the fucking blueberry back."
I want to ask you guys honestly: have any of you had the werewolf? I never had this fucking cinnamon guy. This guy.
I don't remember
No.
the werewolf.
No, never had it. Is it
Right?
like fucking
We
coveted?
all know Count Chocula.
Frankenberry, Count Chocula, and Blueberry. That's
This
it.
guy's supposedly cinnamon, and I don't. I never seen him.
Count Chocula, dude.
Weird,
I
right?
fucking remember
Holy
the Count
shit.
Chocula too.
Cinnamon Toast
God
Crunch.
damn.
just
That's what's up,
killed
dude.
the cinnamon guy. They like sued him. They're like, no, we Cinnamon Toast Crunch, dude. They like had a monopoly on the cinnamon.
Yeah, they fucking.
I mean, what's another cinnamon cereal that you know of, dude?
Cinnamon Toast
dude.
Crunch.
You're
That's
right,
it,
dude.
dude. That's what I'm saying. That's
And Simmons
Yeah,
Coast.
dude.
There's another one though that was like those
Cinnamon
little.
Light.
they're-
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah,
what
yeah.
was
yeah.
it?
Right,
Cinnamon
Cinnamon
Light?
Life.
That's a good one.
Cinnamon
Those are the
Cinnamon
ones that were
Life,
like-
dude.
I love
Cinnamon
cereal.
Life is the shit.
Oh,
Never had
Cinnamon
it, yeah.
and Elliot. Did you ever have that? Cinnamon
What?
and Elliot.
Who the fuck is Elliot, dude?
Fucking drunk. Cinnamon and
Chris,
Elliot.
Chris, you don't remember Cinnamon and Elliot?
What's he talking about? What are you talking about?
Chris don't remember.
I don't know. I just
My
realized I
dogs.
ran out of alcohol.
My
and I got all
dogs,
depressed.
Cinnamon and Elliot.
All right. Shout out,
I mean,
shout out-
Elliot was from the Pete's Dragon. Maybe it could have been like a spin-off of Pete's Dragon.
What you getting at?
I'm getting at nothing, dude.
No,
what are you
guy,
getting
where you
at?
going with the cinnamon and Elliot?
I'm asking you if you remember my dogs. Their names
Oh
were
my
Cinnamon
God.
Oh,
and
shit.
Elliot.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
shit, that was a deep cut, dude.
How do
Bro.
you
Christ.
remember?
We were literally looking for like any sliver
Yo.
of a memory that we could think of
Yo.
another cereal,
Cinnamon.
dude.
Cinnamon was a very, very beautiful dog. Elliot was a white fucking.
Yeah.
Of course, I know fucking.
See,
Cinnamon.
now who's old? You.
All right. I know we were going back down memory lane. I didn't know we
I
were
went
going
way
back
back.
past pets. I didn't know, what your goldfish name was. I didn't remember we were going there.
Oh, yeah, by the way, it looks like the longest flight is like from New York to Singapore. It's
What
like
is that one?
18 hours.
You gotta take a
I'm
dump.
definitely taking 2 shits in that, dude.
Definitely taking a shit.
Oh yeah, you got to shit in that. But
You
Yeah,
gotta
you gotta have to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least a shit.
like a runny dump while you're watching
You know what's
like
crazy?
fucking.
There's no question on that flight. At least a few people will take a shit. And
Yeah,
that's-
yeah.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
sucks.
dude, every single person on that flight has got to fucking poop.
Dude, I want to shit. I want to shit during a landing.
Take off.
Yeah. How
Take off.
that'd be,
It'll
that'd
help
be
everything
pretty
just
fucking
drop out.
cool.
If you're like stuck, if you're like have a hanger, and like you fucking have to land, like takeoff too though.
Yo.
Takeoff has got the centrifugal force.
I'm
to
super
pull
proud.
out the.
I'm super proud because the guy that drove for us, like I told you, he brought all kinds of bundles in from California on this last flight we just took, and this
Yeah.
is the first time I actually went in the bathroom.
That's
Take a
true.
little puff.
True.
I did a little boop 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 boop. I was doing my own Mile High Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it made the whole flight different, man. It made the whole flight different.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you just let it loose, or did you like blow it into the toilet?
No, I
and
held that
flush
shit
it?
out. I held that shit till there was nothing
Until
left.
it fucking
out of my
disappears, bro.
Yeah.
That's what you do, bro. Just
So it
hold it
came out of
until
my
it
eyeballs.
disappears,
And that was
dude.
it. I sat
Yeah.
back down in my chair.
Howdy.
I was on
That
a
was
flight
it.
with a dude once, and he's like, "You can smoke. You can smoke cigarettes or weed in the bathroom." And he took a cardboard roller and you put it down into the sink, and you smoke and you blow it down into the sink, and then run the water.
Yeah.
That's what he said to do. And
I
he's
just
like,
think
"Yeah,
it's
I've
meant.
never got caught."
All right.
Jesus,
All right.
That's a lot.
that's good. That's
a lot.
fucking some pro. That's some pro touring tips right there.
I mean, yeah, dude. These are all the tips that you guys
Make
need.
sure you bring your smoking tube when you go on the plane.
Just the tip.
I mean, that just reminds you of, like, throwing the fabric softener things into a toilet roll and then blowing it out, and you're like, it doesn't smell like weed.
Oh, yeah,
it just smells like weed plus fabric softener. Dude.
That's why the pens are great. The pens are the best.
Oh,
thing.
Yeah, I know, dude. That's what it is. You that we're in the age where if you got iron lungs,
Yep.
you just hold that shit in until
that shit in,
when
man.
you blow out, you got no vapor.
Let me tell you a quick Pyrexia story.
Do it.
Chris had a house out in Ridge, and we used to practice there in the basement. And I remember, I know I showed up there a couple times early, but like Chris would wake up in the morning and he would have a fucking 3-foot bong and take massive hits off his bong before we did anything else. And Ronnie was there. Ronnie had his AK-47, and we would go in the backyard. This is a residential area. It really wasn't that far from other houses, and we'd be shooting out in the backyard.
Do you remember? You want to talk about shooting and Ronnie? Do you remember when the equipment at Call Place?
Yeah.
And Ronnie he popped a few shots out.
That was Wallace. You know that Wallace stole the shit, right?
Fucking Wallace.
I'm not talking about Wallace stealing. I'm talking about when we were leaving, and
you guys are giving away good content for your fucking new podcast, dude.
But he popped the shots off the car out the window.
Yeah,
but you know that it was Wallace that stole the shit.
Not our shit.
No, he did. He was the one. I got it.
Is this the first spin-off Cali Death podcast with 2 different hosts, dude? Should we
I love it. Yeah, you guys have stolen. You guys are hosts.
We're finding out, man. We're finding out. It was Wallace.
It was Wallace.
Fucking Wallace. I thought it was Gromit, dude.
But my old roommate was fucking crazy. That guy wasn't sane. Wasn't good.
All right, we're gonna wrap up with the live shit real quick, just because before Wallace and Gromit get fucking chapped.
That sounds like that fucking claymation Wallace and Gromit.
That's
right?
that was the joke. Yeah, that was the joke. Yeah.
But I'm too slow. Too much.
Love you guys.
drinking.
Fucking Cali Death podcast. Fucking what would you say? Like the coffee. And
listen,
then
we got 3.5 more minutes before you can sign off.
No. We're gonna sign off and keep hanging out.
Yeah.
I already sent all the people away.
Just don't press any buttons if you want to hang, bro. Are we rating? We rated somebody, right? Already?
Yeah, Chris, we can tell the real stories.
Yeah. Let's tell the real stories. All right, love you guys.
All right, I'm gonna go take a leak, but I love you guys, and I'm gonna hang out post pod. I almost said pre pod. I did say pre pod. I've drinking a lot tonight, and I actually am pissed because I just grabbed this and it was empty. Fuck.
Oh, dude, I got so many more. If you want to come over, I got more.
I'll drive an hour and a half. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna do it, Chris, and just Dewey it all the way to your house, dude.
All right, let's end this. All right, love you guys.
Yeah,
Anthony says I love you, and
I
and
love you too, man.
Dude,
yeah,
102 next week. Awesome. Love
fuck
you
yeah.
guys.
Smoke,
Thanks, my brother.
cigarettes.
Smoke it on.